Mo kí gbogbo wa pé a tún kalẹ̀ a tún kábọ̀ sórí ètò Koiki Media níbi tí a ti ń fi àlàyé tó lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ tí a fi ń kọ́ra wa tí a fi ń béèrè ẹ̀tọ́ wa gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ ìran aládé. Èní ní 29 December 2023 bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ṣe ń wọlé sínú ètò náà ẹ bá wa pè lómìn ẹ bá wa pín ẹ̀yin tẹ́ máa tún wò náà ẹ jẹ́ kó kárí ilé ẹ já bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti ibi báyìí gẹ́gẹ́ bí bá ṣe máa ń bá ètò wa lọ.
Ọmọ Ìbàràpá lápapọ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àjẹ ọmọ Yorùbá lápapọ̀ tilẹ̀ tó kọ́ ẹ̀mí àbọ̀ ẹ̀bá nǹkan ọmọ Adéyẹmọ Chief Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho orúkọ ńlá tí ń jámọ̀ láyà bí àrá orúkọ tó ń dẹrù bó lórúkọ gan-an. Ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ má sùn ọ́ torí pé gbòòrà a kò lè fojú kégbodò láyé títa ríro lẹ̀dá ńkọlà wúrà tó máa dán alànà kọjá dandan o. Ọ̀wọ́n irin ní má bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọ̀nà ẹ̀dá kan lè ṣì wá lọ́nà mọ́ ẹjẹ́ àtìmọ̀ṣọ́ kan ká lè débi re ẹjẹ́ àjọ gbárùkù ti Sunday Ìgbòho ṣá ọmọ Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ nílùú Alágbàdo Òde ọmọ atapẹ̀tẹ̀ wọnú omi ọmọ gègèlè wodò sànyà ìsànyà òrẹ́ràn bàbá yín láàrin ìdí omi kò sínú ń kán sí yín lẹ́nu ọmọ òkúta mẹ́ta Ìgbòho ìkan ń ṣe yín ní dábọ̀dàbọ̀ ìkan ní mọ́ rọra ìkan tó kù nígbà tí wọ́n mọ̀ Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ kí ló dé Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ sí ọmọ òpópó sánràn ìgbàgede Ìgbòho sùn wọn láláìsí bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọn ní kó ní bẹ̀rẹ̀ ó máa kó bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ ẹ̀sìn òní bímọ méjì ní Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ bẹ́sìn bá bímọ méjì ní Ìgbòho áfíkọ̀ pọ̀pọ̀ sí amúkan yòókù bọ̀ sànyà àtúmúyà rẹ̀ tí ò lọ́rọ̀ gbọ́ àfiṣẹ́rù wálé wàràmùjẹ́ ọmọ onílé ọ̀la àwọn àjòjì tó ń ṣe ségesège tó láwọn ò ní bomi kó sí mu wọn láwọn ò ní bomi sànyà wẹsẹ̀ ìgbà tójú kò fìrí ń kọ́ gbogbo wọn náà sáré bomi kó sí mu wọ́n sì bomi sànyà wẹsẹ̀ ọmọ abẹ́rẹ́ mẹ́ta òde ayé ọ̀kan ṣẹ́ ọ̀kan tẹ̀ ọ̀kan tó kù ní gbogbo ayé tí ránṣọ kiri gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá Sunday Ìgbòho onírẹ̀lẹ̀ láéláé torí àbá lásán nìkan ń dá òkúta ò ṣe gbé fún wọn o ìmọ̀ràn lásán ni ti balùwẹ̀ kò pọ́sibú kó dòdò láyé ń bí ó kún díẹ̀ títọ́ domi láéláé ìtọ́ nílé domi Sunday Ìgbòho arógun má ti bí tó ń jà fẹ́tọ̀ Yorùbá ní tilé tó kó.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ṣe ń wọlé iṣẹ́ tẹ̀lé ṣe ni pé ẹ bá wa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń pín ètò náà gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìṣe tiwa níbí báyìí ibi báyìí ló ń pè ní self-determination platform àwọn oníṣẹ́ méjì bí ìran Yorùbá ṣe máa bọ́ kúrò nínú wàhálà àti ìyà àti ìṣẹ́ àtòṣì tó ń pè nílùú Nàìjíríà táwọn colonial rulers tó dá sílẹ̀ ní almost 110 years ago a máa collapse but a máa kọ́kọ́ educate ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọmọ Yorùbá. We will collapse the last empire of the British government tí wọ́n set up ní 1914 Amalgamation. My name is Olami Koiki. We're just starting. Mo ní ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò.
Bọ́dá Àyànà àgbà, lẹ́bí blue tie, Jákámọ̀, 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 lásìkò, ìbò, àwọn bá ti wà confused, the love is too much, 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 Jákámọ̀, Jákámọ̀, let's go. Bọ́dá Àyànà àgbà, lẹ́bí blue tie, Jákámọ̀, 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 lásìkò, ìbò, àwọn bá ti wà confused, the love is too much, 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 Jákámọ̀, Jákámọ̀, let's go.
Mo kí gbogbo olólùfẹ́ Koiki Media bẹ́ẹ̀ ti ṣe ń wọlé lẹ́rẹ́ méjì ní mẹ́ta mo níṣẹ́ ẹ bá wa kọlu gbogbo ibi tí ẹ bá lè kọlù ẹ pè wọ́n pé Koiki Media olólùfẹ́ gbogbo yín ó tún ti wọlé dé o gẹ́gẹ́ bí a ṣe máa ń ṣe mo kí ọmọdé mo kí àgbàlagbà mo kí gbogbo bí ilẹ̀ tí à ń pè ní ilẹ̀ Oòduà àwọn kan ní àwọn ò fẹ́ ní Yorùbá nation àwọn kan ní Odùduwà republic èyí tó ṣe kókó ńbẹ̀ ni pé ẹ jẹ́ ká collapse the last British empire tó ń pè ní Nàìjíríà. Mo kí Easy Dollar, mo kí gbogbo oyin tí ó ń bẹ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá tí wọ́n jẹ́ kárí jẹ. Èmi ni last man standing. We will collapse Nigeria. Pẹ̀lú ọ̀rọ̀ yìí, àkọ́kọ́ ṣí etí yín, wàá máa gbọ́ Nàìjíríà ni wọ́n máa bí ẹ. Elédùmarè kọ́ ló dá Nàìjíríà o. Jésù Kristi kọ́ ló dá Nàìjíríà. Ànábì Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam kọ́ ló dá Nàìjíríà. Ẹ̀sìn kọ́ la gbé dání o. Ìjà òmìnira ló ń pè. Èmi ni last man standing yín. Ẹ jókòó, ẹ lọ bomi, ẹ mu coffee, ẹ gbé Guinness, ẹ gbé whisky. Inú ọdún la ṣe wà. Happy Christmas, happy Èṣù Day, happy New Year in advance. My name is Olawumi Koiki. Àṣẹ ń bọ̀ níṣẹ́. Ẹni tó bá ní data, ẹ jẹ́ lọ yá data. Torí ta lẹ́yìn náà, a tún la rìnrìn díẹ̀.
Koiki Media, we're bringing the world closer to your doorstep.
Koiki Media, Koiki Media, Koiki Media, we bringing the world closer to your doorstep. Koiki Media, Koiki Media, Koiki Media, we bringing the world closer to your doorstep. I was a lot àwa ló láṣà àti èdè gbígbédè lárugẹ nílẹ̀ Oòduà o àwa gangan ni bàbá. Koiki Media, Koiki Media, Koiki Media, we bringing the world closer to your doorstep. Dem never sabi wetin we carry for hand, but e dey move closer before dem go sabi. I said they never know wetin we carry for body, but e dey move closer before dem go sabi. Ọ̀kìn lọ lọ́jà ẹyẹ ìléhùn ló ló lájú. Ẹyẹ tó torí kodò bí àdó ọgbẹ́jẹ lẹ́nu. Ká ṣiṣẹ́ fún ilẹ̀ bàbá wa, ká ṣiṣẹ́ fún ìlú bàbá wa. Kájùmọ̀ sowọ́pọ̀ ká lè tó dúdú àga. Wọ́n dúdú àkóbá lè gbé wá. Ọmọ dúdú á ṣe kiri. Ẹ dìde fún ẹ̀tọ́ adúláwọ̀. Ká lè jọ jùmọ̀ pé ilẹ̀ ilé rí. Àwa ló gba ògo ilẹ̀ wa. Ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká lè jọ gbàdé. Ká lè gbàdé adé adúláwọ̀. Àwa ni ìmọ̀lẹ̀ tí yóò tàn káàkiri. Ìyàwó dúdú wà ní wá. Koiki Media, àwa là ń gbé tó lárugẹ. Ètò tó gbójú owó tí wọ́n mọ̀ ní. Kásá. Ẹgbẹ́ polówó ọjà wa kájé gbúgbà yín jẹ. Ètò tó gbójú owó tí wọ́n mọ̀ ní. À ń gbé tó lárugẹ, à ń gbàsà lárugẹ. Ètò tó gbójú owó tí wọ́n mọ̀ ní. News and sports, ẹ máa rí gbọ́. Ètò tó gbójú owó tí wọ́n mọ̀ ní. Ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú alárẹ̀ mi ló ní kí n máa ké tantan. Koiki Media, ọ̀rọ̀ lágbájúmọ̀ mi. Má bá ṣẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ. Ọmọ Yorùbá nìyẹn, ọmọ Yorùbá tata. Àgbàdo rẹ̀, ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú alárẹ̀ mi. Ṣẹ́yìn lọ́ máa fi dìbò tẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀. Ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ onígbò máa ń dé mádémádé. Ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ onígbò máa wọ̀ o. Igbó máa wọ̀ dájọ́jì ò gbọ́dọ̀ wọ. Àjòjì tó bá wọ bẹ̀ á tẹ̀lé ní bọ́ra. Ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ náwó kóyìnbó tó dé. Ìgbà òyìnbó dé o. Owó náà dẹ́ tún pọ̀ sí o. Koiki Media, ṣàwa ní bàbá. Koiki Media, àwọn ní bàbá. Koiki Media, àwọn ní bàbá. Àdáńtọ́, àtòpèrè gidi. Koiki Media, àwọn ní bàbá. Àwa là ń gbé tò lárugẹ jẹ́ ká jọgbọ́ o. Koiki Media, àwọn ní bàbá. Àkúnjà fẹ́tọ̀ ilẹ̀ wa, fẹ́tọ̀ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Koiki Media, àwọn ní bàbá. Ọmọ Òdùwà ni wá o. Lọ́kọ̀ọ́lọ́kọ̀. Koiki Media, àwọn ní bàbá. Ikú tó ṣe mí lébi òsì, àdìmú bàbá yọ. Koiki Media, àwọn ní bàbá. We bring you one closer to your doorstep. Afẹ́fẹ́ tó ń fẹ́ odò kàngìkò lára ni. Àgbèrègbèdè Olódùmarè lọ fún wa ṣe. Gbogbo ayé ẹ gbọ́, àwa ni bàbá o. Ẹ máa bọ̀ wá ẹgbẹ́ polówó ọjà yín wá o. Òtútù alágbèdá ni òtítọ́ lágbèdá ni. Àkìsọ̀dọ̀lẹ̀ àkìsọ̀lìkẹta. Àdúrótán àtúnpẹ̀rẹ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀. Koiki Media we bring you one closer to your doorstep. Koiki Media is around to give us latest. Is around to give us latest. Ladies and gentlemen, ẹ mú kalẹ̀ sílẹ̀, ẹ tẹ́tí ẹ gbọ́ ètò tó pójú gbogbo. Ladies and gentlemen, ẹ mú kalẹ̀ sílẹ̀, ẹ tẹ́tí ẹ gbọ́ ètò tó pójú gbogbo. Koiki Media is around to give us latest.
Mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá lẹ́ẹ̀kan sáṣẹ mẹ́yẹ bọ̀ lápò ni mo kí bàbá Kítóyè bàbá lálùbáríkà mo lẹ́ láwọn ọmọ tó dáńtọ́ dáadáa àwa ti torí yín a ti gbà fún Elédùmarè látara ti yín nítorí pé bàbá tó dúró tó mọ̀ pé ìran Yorùbá wà nínú oko ẹrú kò sáwọn bàbá kan tẹ́ pé ìtẹ̀yìn máa jẹ nìkan ẹ kúkú máa kú padà náà ni Akérédolú ti lọ nísìn ìtàn la máa fi pa nísìn kọ́lọ́n kó foríjì kọ́lọ́n kó tẹ sáfẹ́fẹ́ rẹ̀ kọ́lọ́n kó pa àṣìṣe rẹ̀ ó kó wọn àti Elédùmarè ṣe wá rẹ̀yìn bàbá tó kù ẹ̀yin náà máa lọ níjọ́ kan ó fẹ́ bọ́ mi pa ni ó yá dín máa jẹ létà báyìí táwọn máa fi parí program ibi àwọn apá mi náà ọmọ mi ń fi mí pé ṣé mo fẹ́ jẹun what are you asking me? òfin kí màá tún jẹun ebi ò lè pa wá nílùú yìí kódà kí má ṣiṣẹ́ for the next 10 years kí wà lórí ìrìn àjò yìí ó tẹ́ mi lọ́rùn go and find a job orí ò pé iṣẹ́ òun lọ́wọ́ I have served the government of this country for 25 years iṣẹ́ tí bàbá Kítóyè gbélé mi lọ́wọ́ òun ni mo ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ iṣẹ́ máa lọ campaign for Yoruba people to wake up and sleep. You're sleeping in slumber waiting for miracle. No miracle is coming anywhere. We have to free ourselves from the bondage, the shackles of the British colonial rulers that marched together in 1914 and told us lies. We have now started debunking those lies. Mo kí gbogbo media káàkiri gbogbo tí olúkálùkù yín ti ń ṣiṣẹ́ káàkiri. Ẹ̀yin náà pín ètò, má jẹ́ kó jẹ́ wọn nìkan ló fi gbọ́. Èmi náà ń pín lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́, so we are still prepping up. Koiki ló jẹ́ kẹ́ wọnú ètò lọ́nà. No, we will start prepping up before we go into the program. When I have not played the anthem, we have not started the program. Ìgbòho, ó ti tójọ́ mẹ́ta tí mo ti gbóhùn ó ti tójọ́ mẹ́ta. Jẹ́ ká lọ gbóhùn olóyè. Ẹ má ká ti lọ gbóhùn olóyè Ìgbòho. Ẹ jẹ́ á gbọ́ the late former chief judge of Nigeria, Uncle Bola ẹ̀gbọ́n tó sọ. By the time that is ready, I will then play the anthem. Àwa bẹ̀rẹ̀ ètò. Tójú bá ń pọ́n ẹ, o lè lọ download ẹ̀ kó wá lọ gbọ́ létà. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin títa Gàràwú, mo kí Lẹ́kìtì, mo kí Lóńdó, mo kí ní Ọ̀ṣun, mo kí ní Àbújá, mo kí gbogbo àwọn DSS, akín dáadáa, mo kí Nigerian military, ẹ̀yin ọ̀lẹ́dìyín, mo kí Aṣíwájú Bọ́lá Tinubu, a máa pín Nàìjíríà bó fẹ́ bó kọ̀. This is what Uncle Bola said before he was killed. Ẹ bèrè lọ́wọ́ Ọbásanjọ́ kí ló pa Uncle Bola mò ń bọ̀ mo ti dé.
Àwọn tó jẹ́ àwọn ọmọ wa tí wọ́n ní iṣẹ́ dáadáa lọ́wọ́ tó jẹ́ pé inú wa sì dùn wípé Ọlọ́run bùkún ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọn ti bá ọkàn wọn dá májẹ̀mú wípé ní agbára Ọlọ́run by 2000 AD òmìnira máa dé sílẹ̀ káàkiri òmìnira. Èmi sì mọ̀ dájú wípé Ọlọ́run Oòduà, Ọlọ́run Ọ̀rànmíyàn, Ọlọ́run Ọbáfẹ́mi Awólọ́wọ̀, Ọlọ́run Adékúnlé Ajáṣí, amúwadé ilẹ̀ tuntun náà níbi tí ẹ̀gbin, ìyà àti ìrẹ́jẹ kò ní sí fún ọmọ káàárọ̀ òjíire mọ́. Tàbá ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ilẹ̀ ìlérí tí a fẹ́ lọ. Àwọn tí ọ̀rọ̀ òye wọ́n máa kù bí egbére. Lójú àwọn egbére tí mò ń wí, ó dàbí ẹni pé ohun ẹ̀yẹ ni kí ènìyàn máa wà nínú ẹ̀gbin, nínú ìyà, nínú ìrẹ́jẹ. A bá sì fojú wo, kì í ṣe àwa Yorùbá nìkan ni ìyà ń jẹ ní Nàìjíríà. Bí Yorùbá ti bọ̀ wọ́n ní àrùn tó ń ṣe ojú náà ló ń ṣe ọkùn. Ohun tó ń ṣe agbáyadé ń kọ́ o. Ìyà tó ń jẹ sógbẹ́ ìdábẹ́kúta ń kọ́. Òun náà ló ń jẹ sílẹ̀ ní kòńtàgbò. Èmi tó bá ń pa ọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀gbọ́n ní Adó Èkìtì kọ́, tí ó yàtọ̀ sí èyí tó ń pa Ìkejì ní Abakaliki. Nígbà tí mo sọ Ìkejì ní ìsìn, wọ́n á rántí, tí wọ́n láì ní oúnjẹ ní rántí o. Nígbà tí a wà ní Òbúgà, ẹ̀yìn náà àti gbọ́, olóyè Akíntọ́lá ló ń pè ọ́gbà ní Òbúgà. Ó wá polongo ẹgbẹ́ NNDP ẹ̀sà òkè ló ń bí ọjà wa ẹ̀kẹ́ tó bá ọjà ẹ̀sà ìwé ẹ̀ lọ sókè rẹ̀ sí. Ilé àwọn Ìkejì kúrú. Jẹ́ mọ̀, àwọn àìsàn àjọ group àti NCNC àwa ni ọgbà àgbà yẹn. Ló bá kúkú mú ìdè àti ìdúkú ló bá pa pọ̀. Mi ìmọ̀ pé Bọ́lájí wà ní tí Bọ́lájí bá wà ní gbogbo ilé yìí nítorí yóò bá di ọ̀rẹ́ ní àṣẹkù ẹ̀. Tí Mákindọ́lá lọ sí òde. Ló wá ní wọ́n máa sọ. Men of integrity, men of integrity. Men of wọ́n wà ní tí wọ́n integrity wọn. Wọ́n á ti ṣe ojú gbọ́. Ṣùgbọ́n yẹn, Àkúrẹ́ ìlú àwọn ojú àti fásọ̀rọ̀ ti ilé ìṣiṣẹ́ rẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n Akíntọ́lá ló ṣe campaign. Gbogbo ẹni ọwọ́ sí kó lọ́wọ́ sókè o. Gbogbo wọn lọ́wọ́ sókè. Gbogbo ẹni ọwọ́ sí kó lọ́wọ́ sókè. Gbogbo wọn. Ọwọ́ ni mo ti ń bọ̀ ní wọlé ní ajá sí.
And that was the late Uncle Bola Ige. May so rest in peace. Chief Bola Ige was assassinated today 22 years ago. The video below was his last public speech before he was assassinated. Chief Bola Ige speaks about the following: regional autonomy, about people trying to destroy Yoruba land, what Yoruba people in diaspora need to get done. That is where I come in. That is the job and the task given to me now by our own leader, the leader of the Yoruba self-determination, Professor Adebanji Akintoye, the oracle himself, that says I should go out there and campaign to every sons and daughters of Yoruba from Cuba to Jamaica, to Philippines, to Australia, to New Zealand, to UK, to Canada, to remind you that the Fulani agenda is real. And if you're not careful, one day you would have no territorial ground called Yoruba land. You will wake up one day and you realize that your identity that have been stolen by the British colonial ruler is still in existence today. I am welcoming you at exactly 11:25 p.m. local time in London. I am the finest journalist that will explain things to you. Tonight, I will take you through another angle. Every night is a different platform. Let me first appreciate my beautiful mother. Like I always say, if she was able to keep me alive till today, that means that there is a mission, which is exactly what I'm doing. Many Yoruba people are giving birth, and those children are being thrown out because Yoruba land now is in danger. We are not against any ethnic group. We are not tribes. We are indigenous people that the British colonial ruler wants to destroy. The Western agenda must be collapsed so that the Yoruba people can progress as we move forward. All hail Biafra, all hail Arewa, all hail the Yoruba sons and daughters across the world. I am Olayomi Koiki, and the program starts now. Mokinde ìlú Ìbàdàn Moriembe àbúrò mi Mighty 23 ọbẹ̀lẹ́dùnmọ̀ra wà pẹ̀lú gbogbo yín. Mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá láti Ọ̀ṣọ́dì dé Mushin dé Okoko Michael dé Ajégúnlẹ̀. Mo kí ní Banana Island. Mo kí àwọn olówó wa. Mo kí àwọn mẹ̀kúnnù ẹ kú rọ́jú. A kú bó ṣe ń lọ nílùú Nàìjíríà. Mo kí Aṣíwájú Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu. Bẹ́yìn ò bá ṣe àwa máa break ẹ̀. Àwọn ní dúró dè nítorí pé I don't believe that you will give what even part of what the late Chief Bola Ige, or we say Uncle Bola Ige. I don't think Bola Tinubu has the capacity. He doesn't have it. Àtẹ̀mọ̀ pé president ní concept because lè pàṣẹ kọ́ mú ṣe nínú Nàìjíríà. That is why in less than 1 week, the same terrorists have been able to go back again and kill many people. I'm going to speak in Yoruba and English. Please don't say, Shebi Yoruba campaign, Lenshi. I am not speaking to just you. I am an international media. I am speaking to the whole world. So tí bá fẹ́ sọ Yoruba, màá sọ Yoruba délẹ̀. Tí bá ti ń sọ English, because mo ti rí àwọn signal tí mo mọ̀ pé àwọn tó fẹ́ gbọ́ àwọn òyìnbó kọ̀ọ̀kan wà láàrin wa. Àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá kan wà tó ń jẹ́ ti Cuba. Ẹ lọ ohun tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lórí Yorùbá ní Clubhouse ní last week, where I was feeling the energy of àwọn tó difá mú ní Cuba pé ìran Yorùbá ò ní parẹ́. Ìwọ sọ pé ò fẹ́ Ifá, no problem, it has nothing to do with religion. Iṣẹ́ tèmi ni pé kí n máa rán yín létí. Tẹ́ bá ti fẹ́ sùn, màá máa jí yín. To know that the shithole country that the British colonial ruler marched together will collapse, just as Soviet Union collapsed. But there's an hidden agenda by the West. Let me start from there. Thank you so much, Comrade Shegun Ono. He actually sent something to me, and it took me almost 1 hour to watch it. Shout out to my wife, shout out to my children, shout out to gbogbo Ìjẹ̀bú Òde pátápátá, gbogbo òòṣà tó ń bẹ ní Ìjẹ̀bú Òde mọ̀ pé ẹni fi wá sílẹ̀. Gbogbo ẹni tó bá ń sá, gbogbo ibi tẹ́ ti ń sá pé ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation kò ní débi tó yẹ kó dé, atẹ́gùn ni a máa fẹ́ lọ ní títí tó máa fi kan gbogbo èèyàn lára. We will do whatever needs to be done, which is exactly what we are doing. We might not go the same direction with the Biafra, but Alepabi sugar. Some of you are questioning it. I have nothing to respond back to some of you gullible idiots. My job is to entertain you with Yoruba Nation. I am not Davido. I am not Pasuma. I am not Obesere. Neither I am King Sunny Ade or Kwamwon. I am not Zazu. I am a journalist to the core to educate you gullible Nigerians that there is nothing called Nigeria. That is what the British created, and it will be collapsed in our generation. This is a different generation, not the generation of Pa Adebanjo that I had the privilege to meet. They are not capable to take the Yoruba out of this contraction called Nigeria. Even Alaafin could not finish the job. We will now have to finish the job because I did ask him certain questions. He was unable to let me record it so that I can play it like today. He's dead now, or Wani Obawaja. Akeredolu should have completed the job. The same thing, he did not. That means the task to complete the Yoruba nation now is in the hands of some of us that are still alive. Not that we will be alive for the next 80 years. We will kill, destroy, collapse, break up, amalgamate this shit old country that was put together, that there's no unity, there's no love. It is time now that Nigeria will wind down. But what is the Western agenda? Let's start from there. I listened to someone that I was able to see or add about for the first time. What is the prediction for 2024? I am not talking about prophecy. We're talking about the reality of how things are being put together, especially by America and the West. Their agenda to make sure that the Africans will not grow. And if Africa is not going to grow, it will be affecting me and you. What is the agenda on the table? And how do we dissolve this agenda? Especially the agenda to keep us together in this contraction called Nigeria. If you're new to the platform, the only way you can help us so that our shadow band will not reflect too much is to share the program and love it as well. We are fighting a very, very big fight. And that is a fight between myself and the social media giant, especially Facebook. There's a man called Dr. Michael Upson. Upson is spelled Hudson, in case you want to check it out yourself. Dr. Michael Alderson. Michael Alderson is an American economics professor of economics at the University of Missouri, Kansas City. He's also a researcher at the Levy Economics Institute at the Barr College. He's also a former street analyst. He's also a political consultant. He's a commentator. He's a journalist, just like myself. I pray that one day we will also be able to grow and learn more, but we will go with people like Professor Adebanji Akintoye. You are too young to know the history of Nigeria. So when you say you are saving Nigeria, I hope that you will not be affected one day by that shit old country you call Nigeria. Many of you that wants to save Nigeria, are you telling me that you know better than Professor Banky Akintoye? How old are you? You are not up to his age. These are men that are not bold enough to say the way it is. We pull out of Nigeria now and it will save the lives of many Yoruba people. If you're waiting for Papa Adebanjo, you will wait till thy kingdom comes. And I hate the phrases that we will wait till Jesus comes. I don't like those phrases on the platform. Ebandro de Pafashonati, you will wait till thy kingdom comes. Those are old men that have tried their best in their own era. We are the new generation that will collapse Nigeria so that we can have a better Yoruba sovereignty that will defend the territorial land of Yoruba land, just like America would never allow terrorists to attack them. And this is where we are starting tonight. I will be able to start mentioning names because the program is very, very interesting and there's no time. Let's start with Michael Alderson. is the same age. These are people that can see the future, that the West agenda is to keep us below par. And then they will tell you that you should borrow money, and you borrow money in this contraction called Nigeria. Nigeria has borrowed so much that they'll not be able to repay it back by the time we all get to our old age. And I pray we all get to our old age. But according to the WHO, it says, and I quote, that many of you will not live up to 52 years. I pray that you live even up to that. But even Akeredolu died at the age of 67 because he was one of those Yoruba elite that had money to spend 3 months in Germany. Many of you will not be able to spend that 3 months in Germany because many of you will die because there's no medical facility in Ondo State, in Ekiti State, in Kogi State, in Kwara State, even in Lagos State, in Oyo State, in Ogun State, and the rest of Yoruba land. So when Akeredolu died at 67, it's because many of you will die. You will not survive 53 years old in Nigeria. I didn't say so. That is the latest statistics by the WHO, the World Health Organization. I am Olami Koiki. You can share the program so that we can call more people in. Love it. Make sure you subscribe to our backup channel. Very, very important. We need to hit the 1,000 mark before the end of this year. The year has not ended yet. When these people are talking, Eyomo Yoruba and Nigerians prefer to listen to Awon. My mom doesn't like me to use the word the white people. So I normally call them Onyibo people. Onyibo pepe, luku pepe. I have lived with them for more than 24 years now. I know the difference between Onyibo and Eastern European. Many of you don't know because you see every one of them, like those two young men I saw at the Houston station yesterday. They wanted to deceive themselves. When I say, where are you from? They say Italy. I knew that they're not Italians because I could tell the difference between an Italian and an African. But because I need that age of difference between us in terms of our own little bit of faded, beautiful color. So they say we are Italian. When we started talking, they told me they're from Tunisia. Identity crisis is affecting many Nigerians, and they are thinking that we will not be able to move forward, or we can move forward when we're not dealing with the identity crisis. We are not Nigerians. There's nothing called Nigeria. It's a fraud. The biggest fraud that the British colonial ruler did, and I was telling my cousin Walata today, he was explaining to me some of the racism that is going on in this workplace. I told you that they've spent over millions of pounds sterling on Walata, and I said, I should start getting concerned. You should start getting concerned because the next generation that lives in this country, TRBC Louis, they will go through the same racism that my mom went through in the 90s, that Walata is going through in the 21st century, in 2023, that I have gone through, you have gone through. She and Umawali accepted. Most of them will not accept it. That means there's danger in the future for them. But if we fight now and protect the territorial ground of Yoruba land, give it the full identity, bring it out of the shithole country called Nigeria, most of our children will return back home, and there will be those ones that will start fixing the world of Yoruba land because but if you're waiting that maybe we should keep Nigeria so that Tinubu can give money to the Lebanese bastard that have saved their ass from making sure that you can be looking at Eco Atlantic, but you will not even have the privilege to work there. You will not. Tinubu will give the whole world what they want. It will not give you what you need, idiot. That is what you should understand. Tinubu will not give you what you need, but he will be ready to serve them, just like Michael Upson was telling us in that clip. I will not be able to play it, but I'll give you the reference to where I listened to where I was listening to that video. I just listened to it just a few hours ago. But like I said, you all prefer Oyinbo people now. Some of you don't even know the difference between Lebanese and a pure British Oyinbo. English, even there's a difference between English, there's a difference between the Welsh people, and literally there's a difference between Scottish people. The Scottish are saying that they want to exit Britain, just like the Yoruba are saying the same thing. It is not a crime, and it has never been a crime to ask for the right to self-determination. If you are waiting for the useless United Nations, you would also wait forever, because United Nations is now compromised. My name again is Olami Koiki. Mokia Tobi Milomo. I will give you the title of the video in case you want to go and watch it yourself. I will not be able to play that particular video because of the copyright. Mokibugo Bale Yoruba. Moshifila fun Eyoriade. Oh, okay, I've mixed up things there. Okay, I didn't realize that that was on. It might be no. I didn't realize that I had my. Okay, all right. Yeah, I think we should do it this way then. All right, that's fine. So that we can go on the. Mokibugo say, bear with us. I was starting to Instagram and one disconnected itself. So we got to start that back while we can use this one and go straight on the. If you're new to the platform, you can just follow the platform so that you can see what we do here. This is not Oro Okwato Bukola and Sonny Biba because in the like me lori TikTok, even Soro Okwato Boni Biba, okay? Or Fanshani. If you're adult, you can go and follow people that say those things on their own platform. I talk about the self-determination and how we need to save ourselves from the shithole country called Nigeria. That is what I talk about. If it's not your interest, you can walk out of the platform. I don't beg anybody to sit here. But if you sit here, you might learn one or two things. Bear with me. I'm just trying to start my Twitter space so that we can bring in at least some of the Biafra brothers and those that can listen to us on the Twitter space. You can follow me on Twitter, which is also known as X. So bear with us. And I always have to save the record of that as well. So remember that we still need many gadgets, we need many devices as we go into 2023. If you have a spare phone, you can always tell me and send it to me. If you have a spare iPad, laptop, and if you don't have any of those things, you can give us money. Yes. If you say, why do we need money? Go and ask BBC why they need money. Okay? Go and ask BBC why they need money. Once again, let's go straight into it. So, the video I watched earlier, like I said, was just posted today. And this has now been viewed in just 7 hours. Over 11,000 views. That shows the magnitude of how people are looking for information and how they're trying to save themselves, especially some of you that think that when you see America, you don't know the agenda of Americans. When you see Britain, you don't know the agenda. Each and every one of them have their own agenda, and their agenda is to also destroy another indigenous people like the Yorubas. The title of the video on YouTube, or the YouTube name, is Through the Eyes. Through the Eyes. Láàrin ojú. Many of you open your eyes, but you can't see nothing. Many of you are hearing what we are saying, but you are pretending, you are closing your ears. When the Boko Haram Fulani militias, they are moving in and they are taking towns and they are taking cities, they will get close to you and it will be too late. It's just many people are. I had a privilege to receive a voice note that was said to me, just like we do so many times with different people that communicate with us. And it says, and I quote that, Mr. Koika, program, thank you so much. I am just playing my role. If I'm not there, somebody else will do that role better than me. But for now that I'm here, I will try to improve on my knowledge and I will try to improve on the way that we do the presentation so that we can get many of you to come in. I am not going to do giveaway on this platform. I don't do that giveaway. The giveaway I can do is what I'm doing right now. I have slept, I've had enough food, I've eaten, and I can go for the next 5 hours if I wish to. And moreover, I am operating from my home. So if I feel tired, I shut everything down and I go back to bed. Many Nigerians are waiting for miracles. Okay, we believe in miracles, but we must also be preparing our mind for the exit and the collapse of Nigeria. So that when it happens, you will not feel shocked. But for those of you that are saying that it's not going to happen, it will happen in my lifetime. Maybe it will not happen in your own lifetime. There's nothing called Nigeria. It's a British agenda to keep everybody together for their own selfish interest. So you can go and look at these videos if you want to, I'll share the link. Professor Michael Hudson, World Predictions for 2024, the United States of America, the United Nations, the Palestine, the Russia, and the BRICS. Very deep conversation, everything contained in under 54 minutes, 12 seconds. And it has been watched already by 11,000 people with more than 130 comments in just 7 hours. It shows that people are seeking and looking for knowledge, but Nigerians probably want knowledge, but you are not being given that knowledge because the NBC will not allow this kind of conversation on all the radio stations in Nigeria. Orimi Hamzat is not going to do what I'm doing. Neither all these other ones are going to do it. Not that we're calling them, it's just because if they try to, they will shut them down quickly. That is the reason why we have the only shortwave radio station that is operating right now. Some of you say we want FM. If you can design it, at least we have the radio that we are selling at 35,000. Buy it if you can. And you can also have your own transmission on the FM frequency. Give us, we will promote it. But for now, you can only listen to it via the short waves. And that is on Saturday and Sunday. We are going to improve on it. There's definitely going to be improvement. When you see Elon Musk, it didn't start in one day. So improvement will come. If you think that you can buy the radio for someone, buy it. Mr. Koiki, no, you cannot listen to it every day because satellite is very, very expensive. As time goes on, we might be able to say we'll have FM frequency. But if we have it, they can also dictate where it is and they can shut it down. And once again, kudos to all the Yoruba medias that are working back to back. So what did I pick up from this beautiful conversation? I wrote a couple of things down. After listening to these, Professor Michael, I don't have to say that whatever I say is exactly what Babakito is telling me. Babakito is saying that I should go and prepare. Good evening to those of you that are joining us. Sorry we can't be coming all the time on the Twitter space. I wish I can, but until I have extra device, because I'm very, very constrained with the device that I'm using. But we are trying our best to make sure that we are coming there because we can bring in 1 or 3 people and listen to us. So we're live on Twitter. I am also live on Twitter Space. So tonight, it's all about the Twitter. We're live on Instagram as well. We're live on TikTok, and we're live on 2 YouTube channels and also Facebook. And also, we're live with those of you that are listening to us on the Mix LR. What the professor is saying is exactly what Babakito has been talking about. Financial colonialism. How many of us know the meaning of that? Financial colonialism. That was part of what Professor Michael Hudson was saying in that particular video. Yeah, the YouTube channel. So I'm going to share the link in case you want to go and watch it yourself later on. It's 54 minutes, but maybe after my program, I don't want anybody to leave this program. So that is the link there. Like I said, don't let me start calling names. Let us just keep the message going. And I appreciate every one of you because it takes time to sit down, watch program, pay data. Even if you're using free Wi-Fi, it is not free. I just paid my bill of Sky. It cost me £53 thereabout. I just paid it. It comes out every third of the month, but what I do is I pay it in advance so that because in case they might low account, so when I have that small little money, I make the payment so that I don't have to worry about it. That is why we say if I don't have internet, I cannot do what I'm doing. So that is the reason why we always ask you to support us. Fund it. You need to fund it until later on I will look for how to fund it myself. And if you say, Koiki, go and fund it yourself, that means that I will do whatever I need to do, but we will probably start cutting down on the work we are doing in terms of transmission. But I have said it 3 years ago, my job for Yoruba Nation is not part-time. I am doing it at full-time, and I'm not going to compare myself with any other medias. They have other things they are doing. My job is to make sure that we are back to back, and that is what our medias are doing, especially in the last couple of days. In the new year, we will be going a little bit much more, far better. And thank you so much to all the Koiki Media team. Like I always say, 25 team working back to back. They are trying their best in the little resources that I've already given to them. If they have more resources, they will transform more. And you will know the real deal that many Nigerians are suffering, not because of anything, is because they lack the true knowledge, which is what we are doing. Break the knowledge down to the smallest particle for them so that they can understand it. So what is this man talking about? Professor Michael Oldstein. I've given you his background. He was born on the 14th of March, 1939. Almost same age. If not, Babakito is older than him. I'm not even going to say almost same age. Babakito is about 4 years older than this man. So why should I go and listen to a Igbo man and not listen to Babakito? This is the problem that we have in Nigeria. You want to go and listen to IMF. You want to listen to World Bank. You want to listen to AfriBank. You want to listen to Exim Bank. You want to listen to Sukulon. You want to go and listen to all these corrupt institutions, just as this man says that when you think that you are saying United Nations is a failed institution. 1960, December 14, I always say it, the Declaration of 1960. How many of you remember that? The Declaration of 1960. 19 countries refused to participate in it. That is about how many years ago now? 19 countries refuse to be part of what will keep me and you out of Nigeria if we say we are living today. That is why the Biafra are not waiting for United Nations as much as, because they realize that United Nations is a failed institution. It cannot even hold its house together. So when you look at the Declaration on Granting of Independence to the colonial countries and people, under the General Assembly Resolution 1514, go and Google it, 1514, that was put together just about 2 months or thereabout, October, November, December, yeah, just like 2 months after the Nigerian fraudulent independence that the British cooked together. This assembly, just as it happened then, it is still happening today. There were 19 countries that failed to participate and vote in that. They were absent. Which country? America, UK, the two major countries that are still creating problems in the world that we are living today, according to Dr. Michael Oldstein. Is that not the same thing that we have been talking about? Is that not the Professor Michael Oldstein is saying, when Babakitoye is also saying the same thing, and Babakitoye is 4 years older than him. So who should I believe? Should I believe this man first, or should I believe Professor Banji Akintoye? This is where the Nigerians are not going to respect their own, because you are waiting for the real Oyibo man to tell you that we should break away from Nigeria, even though they are telling you. The former American ambassador, John Campbell, said, and I quote, I always love to bring back his message that he said about Nigeria amalgamation, in the interview he granted some few years back. Is the former U.S. ambassador to Nigeria, former U.S. ambassador to Nigeria. He said, and I quote, regarding the 1914 amalgamation, that it was one of the biggest mistakes, and the British is never going to apologize for such. So if anybody is waiting for the British government of today, if you're waiting for King Charles to apologize, King Charles could not apologize to the Mau Mau that took place in Kenya during the British colonial rule. 13 years they fought the British, many lives were killed. He says that is not just generation, it's another generation that did that. So why are we not going to now collapse Nigeria? This is a new generation. We are not going to wait for anybody, but we have to first wake the minds. When people say, hey, but we are not doing like Biafra. No, we can't do like Biafra, because Biafra has been on the journey for some time, but we have been better off with our media to educate and enlighten many Yoruba people. They are now listening, even though some of them are pretenders. You are waiting for Dele Momodu to tell you that Nigeria is going to break up. You are waiting for Oriyomi Hamzat. You are waiting for Cocoon Foundation. You are waiting for all these individuals to come and enlighten you about the breakup. You are going to listen to Seun Okinbaloye. Seun Okinbaloye is becoming much fatter. He's getting better, because every day I look at him, he's like, oh, this guy, they chop money. He's going to be talking about the politics of the shit-hole country for the next 30 years until he starts up his own business. So if you wait for Seun Okinbaloye to tell you about the breakup of Nigeria, you will wait there forever. Seun Okinbaloye cannot talk about the breakup of Nigeria. He will not even invite me to his program, because he knows what I'm going to be talking about. A former United States ambassador to Nigeria, John Campbell, was advising the former dead or alive Buhari, the sadist, that was reminding the Igbos of the Red Circle. Now it is Woto Woto. Autopilot is dealing with them, especially Musa is crying. If you don't know who is Musa, go and ask the Biafra. We are not there yet because we have not prepared our mind to exit out of Nigeria, but we are doing our best by educating many of you gullible idiots that think that Nigeria is just one country that will survive. Nigeria will not survive. It's just that nobody knows when it's going to collapse finally. But the Woto Woto is already going on in the southeast. If you don't like the Woto Woto, tell Ashiwaju Jagaban to let the Biafra exit so that we will remain there. But somebody said, and I quote, I almost forget that we should give thanks to Igboho. I was able to put the call together. Igboho spoke to this man. Ẹni tó mọ Igboho ní mọ̀. Àwọn tó mọ Igboho, wọ́n mọ ẹni tó ń pè ní Olóyè Dr. Sunday Adéyẹmọ Igboho ṣá. When I got the voice note, late night program we did yesterday, many people responded to it. There was a particular one that interested me. That person is also from that region of Ile-Ife. He witnessed the Modakeke War. So he sent a message and said that Oloye Igboho literally stopped the agenda that should have now concluded and finished up Yoruba land. He has stopped it for the next 5 years. The agenda of the Fulanis invasion. Oloye stop it. That was the message. When I listened to it, I forwarded it to Chief. I called the man back. He's just arrived in UK as well. He has run out of Nigeria. He lives in Plateau State. He's a Yoruba man. No? Plateau State for 10 years. Social media, you know. He said that 10 years he lives there, you will never witness such calamity, such danger that the Boko Haram have done in that region. 10 years he lives in Plateau State. So some of you think that is a joke, but we should give thanks to Oloye Igboho for putting a gap to it. But if we are not careful and we don't push more, they are ready to. You see what they are doing right now? They are also reinforcing. They are looking at whether they should go through the southeast. The Woto Woto is too much for them there. So they are trying to come to the back, to the southwest. If you're waiting for all these your gullible governors, they are not going to perform anything. The only one that wanted to perform, we've lost him now, which is Akeredolu. May so rest in peace. That's all we can say. Whatever has happened to him throughout his lifetime, we leave that to Eledumare to deal with it. I don't talk about death of somebody that died. So if you're waiting for the gullible point to kill, Sanwo-Olu, that could not even. My wife sent me, Instagram video of Sanwo-Olu saying that he doesn't sleep at 5. You are the governor. Your job is to protect the Lagosians. And the woman was questioning Sanwo-Olu about I'm sure some of you have seen the video about the death of Mohbad. I say, look at the way he's reacting, because the real Nigerian press cannot talk like that woman. That woman, I think she's from the southeast. I can't remember her name. I don't know whether some of you have seen the video. See the way Sanwo-Olu is reacting. See the way he was reacting. And I don't sleep at 5. Who cares whether you sleep at 5? Your job is to make sure that Lagos State is protected and there's justice for everybody. There's never been justice. If Sanwo-Olu, if Mohbad was your son, would you not find justice for him? That is not where we're going. It's just to reference it. So if anybody is waiting for your governors to give you protection in Yoruba land, you will die before your time. And it is not a joke. Go to Ogun State and see how many lives have been taken by these terrorists. Go to Okeogun. Go to the farmland. If you're thinking that they are not with us, somebody reminded me again. 3 people are moving with weapons every day in your area. But we've never looked at it like that. The man selling the suya always have a dagger because he must cut the meat. But that is a weapon. The one that also come and do your manic jobs, they move with cutlass. They move with certain things that are harmful. Odimeji, right? What was the third one that I was told? Because I didn't write it down. But there are 3 people that we think that they're Hausas. These are not Hausas, but we've always looked at them as Hausas. These three are all in our junction in every part of Yoruba land today. I have told you that these are sleeper cells. And if you think that the West are going to do anything, well, we can even add the one that we change money from. They are also the part of the, the groups. Okay? They are also part of the groups. Because those ones that do the money changing, they are part of the game. They are all chained. So when you go to Nigeria with your dollar, with your pound sterling, you are also funding terrorism. And that is what Tinubu can do. Break that part, destroy that part of the financial sector of those terrorism using the Mala, which we thought they are Mala. They're not Mala. These are Fulanis using the financial sector of the Nigeria today to continue to fund the money that the diaspora are bringing home. It is only now that we have different applications where you can literally send your money from here, especially those of us that are living. And if you are able to have your bank account that is already linked to your name. Nigeria is still a country, especially these gullible Yoruba people, idiots. Country. I was speaking to my wife. I don't think some of you know what is a country. You have a country and then you are still idiot. I just call you idiot. Again, if you're a diaspora, thereby get the account link up with your BVN and your name, you will lose your money by April. I beg you, I don't know how you're going to do it. Most of these banks are not operating outside Nigeria. You need to start moving very fast. It's either you move your money out or the government will sit on that money. I'm talking about, those of you that have not linked your BVN and your name. That is what the CBN is saying, that's going to happen April 2024. Tinubu needs as many dollars, Let me go back towards what Michael Upson says. When he's talking about financial colonialism, is that not what Babakito has been saying? Oh, set up Yoruba. Some of you who started questioning Bishop Adeshina. I said if Bishop Adeshina makes any shenanigans and run away with our money, we will look for him anywhere around the world with the CIA, with the MI5, with the Interpol. We will pick him up. But for now, Yoruba is a confirmed, not a Yoruba account like some of you are saying. Not a Yoruba central bank. Is a prototype that can at least save us our financial revenue. The little that we have, I don't have money in my Naira account. So if Nigeria collapses today, I will not lose anything. The first thing that will collapse is your financial institution. Anywhere in the world. The moment your financial institution is crumbled, even if you have one Naira there, you lose it. Go and ask the Sudanese government today with their citizens how they have been able to protect their money. We are the one funding Nigeria by sending money home. Sorry if I'm looking at different cameras. I have about 6 phones here. I have one that is on the Twitter space. Those ones cannot see me. And I have the 2 laptops, so I'm moving my eyes in different directions. My name is Arami Koiki, in case you're new to the platform. So when some of you start questioning somebody like Bishop Adeshina that is doing his own best to make sure that the Yorubas do not get trapped with these Nigerians like Obasanjo, because Obasanjo is a Nigerian, all these gullible idiot man. But they don't die in time because they've done too many good. It will never die anytime soon. Anyway. But good people die. Just like I lost an uncle in America on the 23rd. I still can't believe he's dead. It was the one that came here and gave me this beautiful, I can't mention his name, neither can I show you his picture. He was in London last year. I met him. I don't even know how to tell my son. Till now, I haven't told my son that he's dead because he promised that anytime my son wants to come to America, he will host him. He brought this to me from US. He died on the 23rd. Why do good people die and those evil ones never die? Blood-sucking country. Kolonko foriji. Ko tensa fefere. Ko work with the family. And everyone as well. And we pray for Sister Gbemileke as well. I've just been confirmed yesterday, day before yesterday, that the mother has been buried. She lost her mother as well. Even though I'd love to attend, but information didn't get to me on time. And I've been so busy in the last 72 hours, extremely busy, especially spending time with the family, which is what we want. Especially if I can't take them on holiday, I got to spend time with them. So when this professor, because he's also a professor, I told you January series, God willing. I don't know which time in January, but we hope to start the first series. You will cry for this Yoruba man. I'm not going to tell you the state yet. Babayi Eba Osukun, 22 years he served that shit old country. 22 years. Nothing to achieve, nothing more than the fact that he was accused of the wrongdoing. A Yoruba man that had his PhD as far back as 1981 in this country. As at 19, I have a heater now. 1981, they didn't have a central heating. You can imagine people that were living here in the 80s, how they have to survive, studying in the cold weather, having PhD, not like today where we have laptop. These are people that have to write note, pile it together and submit it for their, for whatever course they're doing. And when you're doing PhD, it's not like a master course. He studied up to that end, went back to Nigeria, wanted Mokinye Egbomi Akalamago TV. I just watched your program as well. Thank you so much for the great job you're doing. I had a privilege to meet Akeredolu. I told him so many things in 2017. Yeah, was it 2017, 2018? I said that I've now put together from January. I will tell you one of my YouTube channel that we also have. We have a 3 YouTube channel. There you will go and see all my previous work within the Nigerian community. Even I saw a video when I arrived in Nigeria in 2017. Idiot, come back to Nigeria. Then I was promoting Nigeria. Many of my videos that I did with the Nigerian community, I will post them so that you can go back and see how and what I did, hoping that that was a shit old country that we didn't even realize that we were just invested money in there, nothing comes of it. Come and invest in Nigeria. 419 people all over the place. Shit old country. Those videos we start, I've just downloaded all the videos from where it was before, because you will never see it, especially that YouTube channel is dead. So I've put down all my video from it, and I'm going to start uploading it to my own proper channel. You will see all the work I've done when I was coming to Nigeria. When I was coming to Nigeria, some of you idiots were never even there to see the job I did then. In 2017, wow, look at these new beautiful, I think then there was a call, the Emma Binupe digress a little bit, then I think they just built this new airport, I'm talking about the old airport. They built the car park, say, wow, look at these beautiful, if things were done, doesn't mean that we cannot even still break up from Nigeria. Scottish people, they have electricity. Scottish people have good healthcare. They have everything. They are still asking for the total exit from Nigeria. So even if Nigeria has given us everything that we wanted, we will still ask for self-determination. Even though as of 2017, I didn't know that we should be asking for self-determination. Until Babake Toye started talking to us and say, you are young men that should be talking about the Yoruba people. The influence of the Yoruba people around the world is much important than this shitty country called Nigeria. You will see all those jobs I've done, including the ones I did that some of you will be like, So when some of you think that you are just seeing me today, it's because you have not seen those videos. Even though I lost majority of my video through the YouTube that I opened in 2007 on Facebook. They pull it down. Idiot all over the place. You think we're doing this for money? If I wanted to be doing money, I'll be doing like Emanuela. I am in London. I have the content. I can do those content. I can go into the music. I can go and work with Billy Q. I can do with Davido. I can be their ass boy, and I'll be making money. But where will I have the time to be sitting here and be talking about the self-determination? That is the difference between an activist. An activist, sometimes they don't have money, but they have voice. And that is why my voice is traveling around the world every blessed day. So when this man is now taking, giving the background to the video that I watched earlier, like I said, a lot of things, and I'm going to share it on my Twitter as well, in case those of you that wants to go and watch it, you can go on my X And thank you so much to all the Biafrans that are almost half of my followership on Twitter. I have about 35,000 or thereabout. Half of them have been told by Simon Ekpa to follow me back to back because they're not. Some of them will tell me, hey, Yoruba people have given up. Don't mind those idiots. Those ones are efelefu, like they always say. Okay? But those that knows that we are with them, knows that we are with them back to back. And I'm waiting for Simon Ekpa broadcast tomorrow. So let's continue. So when we look at the Western agenda, which is where I want us to look into, I know I've been moving from one end to the other, but let's go back slowly to where we wanted to start from. The financial colonialism. What is the financial colonialism? Let's see if we can find any meaning around that, on Google. Maybe it will give me something to talk about, So let's just Google it out. Financial colonialism. What does it mean to you and to me as Africans, as Yoruba people? Neo-colonialism. What is economic colonialism? People are now asking, what are the 4 types of colonialism? What is an example of economic colonialism with a question mark? Who financed colonialism? So let's first look at the neo-colonialism. Neo-colonialism, and if you don't know the spelling of that, is Neocolonism. Let me do it the British way. That will be November Echo Oscar Charlie Oscar. I'll take that again. November Echo Oscar Charlie Oscar Lima Oscar November India Alpha Lima India Sarah Michael. So that is the way we do things so that you can get the meaning quickly. Neo-colonialism takes the form, and shout out to those of you in the Midland. Shout out to my brother that entertained us the other day with your Biafra wife. Beautiful wife. Oh, hey, Biafra. Some say Abiyomo Igbo. It doesn't matter. I can take that. If the Biafra goes today, I will go and apply for their citizenship if they can give it to me. I would rather want to live in Biafra than go and live in Turkey or go and live in Qatar or go and live in those Arab countries where they don't respect human rights, because I know Biafra will have human rights for me, not the Nigeria of today. Many of us are just looking for another citizenship so that we can have access to go home and come back and look there's someone on Loju. But we're talking about the future that will be able to be protected so that when you hold the Yoruba passport, you hold the Biafra passport, the Arewa passport, you'll be respected. The Arewa can also be great people just as they've been during the northern, the northern protectorate. Neo-colonialism takes the form of economic imperialism, globalization, cultural imperialism, and the conditional aid to influence or control a developing country. Tinubu is going to do it. How is he going to do it when he's also being controlled underneath, especially what he sabe there? He cannot do much. And if you're waiting that Nigeria is going to collapse from Tinubu's side, you will wait forever, because Tinubu's agenda is a manifesto on the APC. Like I always say, even if I am wrong in the future, I would never still believe that Tinubu will collapse Nigeria for you. Shout out to every single one of you that have joined us. Remember to share the program. That is the only way we can get more people into the program. So somebody asks, what is an economic colonialism? Colonialism is a practice or policy of control by one people, the West, the Americans, the Europeans. That is what Dr. Hudson Michael is saying. So when some of you are saying that we should still keep Nigeria, you are just keeping Nigeria for the same reason why they merged Nigeria together. Because Nigeria is an enterprise, is a business platform for many people that can take advantage. But it doesn't help the indigenous people. How can the Niger Delta have so much crude oil and they've damaged that river Rhine area that Ken Saro-Wiwa was fighting for it until the monster Abacha decided to hang him because he was protecting the interest of the colonialism masters? Because the reason why they killed Ken Saro-Wiwa was because he was defending and asking for the right of the people. Many of you are looking at the crude oil, but you have never tasted the wealth out of it. So why then do you want to keep it? Mukiawa Titiloela Shaw. Nigeria is a nightmare for every one of us. It is so sad. Tio Additional. Good evening to you, Mr. Lariwaju Arewolo. And shout out to many of you that are joining us. I appreciate I can see you. If I haven't mentioned your name, I will mention it along the line. So when some of you say we should keep Nigeria, the question is, are you keeping Nigeria for yourself? Or are you keeping it for your family? Who are you keeping Nigeria for? What is the essence of keeping Nigeria today? You are not even enjoying the smallest thing in Nigeria, in your resources. You are not enjoying it. I told you that people in Osun should be crying if you know the amount of gold that have traveled out of Osun State. I have those evidence. Most of you do not even know that in Ondo State, the crude oil in Ilaje area was exploited for more than 20 years. And today, many people are suffering in Ondo State. And we have the late Akeredolu, we now have the Lucky, whatever, we have the previous one, we have the previous ones, and all they do is they'll tell you that they do budget, they are doing this, they're doing that. Oh yeah, they are doing the little, but you will never see the benefit of governance. It will never come to you until you pass away, because everybody is saying it's going to happen. I remember I watched a video as I was downloading my previous videos. I came across one that we did in London with some groups. Then I will not mention their name. And now I realize that when all this Baba is saying that, Nigeria, and this Baba driver left London, he's still in London, he's an old man now. I'm not going to mention the name of the organization. And I'm thinking, so who are Baba going to money? Most of these, our mothers cannot go home. That video is, I'm talking about in 2017. I'm talking about my videos from 2017. I started joining the conversation to Yoruba self-determination movement only in November 2019. So all my previous work, now that I see it now, I'm just saying, what a waste of time. Only if we knew. But only as a konibubunkan. So anything, and for somebody that lives in Europe with these Oyibo people, you want to now tell me that I should accept what your governor, who are your governors? Your governors are the same puppet that are working for the colonial rulers. Colonialism is a practice or policy just to control by one people or power over other people. Who are these people? We're talking about the empires. We're talking about the Americans, the Europeans. We're talking about the Chinese, the Arabs, to control us. Why don't we have a say when some of these institutions, I call them institutions, especially when they say there are 27 European countries, some of them are not even up to Ondo State in terms of the population, in terms of the geographical area. By the time Ondo State is set and ready, Ondo State should be feeding some of these European countries. Some of them are so poor that they have to keep funding them so that they can just call them European countries. They are very, very poor. And that is why UK left there, because they thought that they were taking a mick on the British system by sucking the benefit system from here that their own country does not have, because UK was part of the European Union. Idiot, you need to understand the game. So UK thought that, how can we be supporting people that are coming from a very, very poor European countries? And they are now using Africa, mostly Nigeria, mostly the resources of the Southwest, the resources of the Middle Belt, resources of the Southeast, even in the North, the resources from there. And they will put it together, ship it out of Nigeria, and then they will tell you we should keep Nigeria. Idiot, gullible people don't have an iota of understanding that you are seeing your governors as people that are protecting you. They are not protecting you. They are literally taking away from you, and they will continue to take away from you because they are part of the game. It's all a game. Often, by establishing colonies, what is colonies? They've established the Nigeria one. Make sure that these people do not like themselves, but just tell them that any election coming, we will not give visa to your governor. You think Wike cares if he doesn't go to America? Wike has many people that can go to America and bring in brand new brandy back to Nigeria in 24 hours. He has the money to do so. He doesn't have to visit America. He can now go to Turkey that will accept his money. He can go to Dubai where they will accept his money. And he can go to any other countries without going to America. So when they tell you that we are going to ban people that are disturbing the electoral system in Nigeria, and Nigerians are so excited, they go on the social media, they are saying, hey, Britain, oh, hey, America, oh, hey. They do the thing we ask them to do. I was watching a video that was sent to me just before I started the program. A doctor, he went to GT, he can't withdraw his money. Breakfast. The man get money. He said, my patients are going to die. Blah, blah. When we are shouting 3 years ago, these are the same elite that were too busy. They don't have the time. He went to GT Bank. He's crying his head out. He can't access his money. Is that not the reason why we say, go and put your money in Ruba? Someone say, hey, can we trust Ruba? Can you trust Ruba? Do you trust Facebook? Do you trust your family? And thank you so much to Afar King. The unity between the Christians and the Muslims must continue. It has always been like that, generation to generation. Yoruba people know they fight religion. It's only all these akatati that are just coming from nowhere that are Fulanis start infiltrating us, and then they will say, don't celebrate Christmas, and your people, they suffer. Rice is 52,000. Somebody cook rice, cook chicken. The last time you ate meat, I was watching Lady K as well, was Ileya. Somebody can't cook chicken. You can't say, hey, I know they celebrate Christmas because my Christian, Christian, anything, triple DRS. Must be. Shout out to you, my brother. Love you too much. We're only 1 hour into the program. I 31 way to rather. Basic day, what bagubo is the Saudi agenda. I'm not against those of you going to Mecca. If you like, go to Mecca. That's your business. If you can't go to Oshun, no problem. But for me as a journalist, I will not go to Saudi Arabia. Because Saudi Arabia has not accepted and apologized for the death of a journalist called Khashoggi Jamel. He was killed, murdered, and they cut the body to pieces in the embassy in Turkey. That is the Saudi Arabia for you. So by establishing the colonies and generally with the aim of economic dominance, that's what they want to do. They want to make sure that the economic of Nigeria is not in the hands of Tinubu. That is why Tinubu is looking for money. Buhari has moved all the money. Mokia Waris did not do. They've moved the money. Mokia TJ Baba. And shout out to Mr. Greg and those of you that have joined us on all the platforms. They've moved the money away from Nigeria. Many of you are looking for money. The money is no longer in Nigeria. Money has left Nigeria a long time ago. So the only money left now is ritual money and Yahoo money. A Yoruba man is cutting a young boy's head. I saw the video some few days ago. So that can only call it down will arrive in 2024. And the only thing they will do is they will go to club, they will sleep with girls, they will now say, we celebrate our new house. That's what everybody's doing. I don't know where they're getting the money from. Because you'll be wondering, because there's blood money everywhere. Drug money. The Igbos are doing drug money. The Yorubas are doing ritual money. The Hausa in the government. Everybody. No iota of clean money in Nigeria anymore because you don't know who is who. You see all these your big men. Some of them have done drugs. They've now transformed the drug business into something else. So when you see a businessman from the Southeast wanted to go back to Abuja, to Southeast, he requested for more than 22 security personnel from the security. He wanted DSS just to go to Southeast. I saw the post. He needed like almost 30 security. She country yeah, Hausa also doing rituals. Okay, I'm told that Hausa people are also into ritualists. Mr. Rahim Yusuf. Good morning once again. Blood money everywhere in the zoo country, like TJ Baba says. Let's go further again. So we are still reviewing financial colonialism, and Nigeria and African countries are one good area for them. So what they do is they set up this institution, give us false hope, and everybody's happy. Hey, so now we can. It's all the agenda to make sure that they lock us together, and that is why when you look at the BRICS, there's friction between America. Fatima Mustafa, Assalamu alaikum. So when you see the BRICS now, I'm not saying that they will not be spending dollar within the next 30, 40 years, but there's another system, especially now that Russia and America are not in good terms. And they're never going to be in good terms again anymore, especially after the blow of the pipeline, the gas that was coming from Russia into Germany. I don't see the future of Russia and America coming back again. But America is pushing for war, especially in the Middle East. And the game plan is when they go into that war, a lot of things will crumble again. It's all about the financial economy. As much as, everything that have happened in the Ukraine and Russia is because Russia is very powerful. Russia should have collapsed long time ago. I don't know, Bani. If it was another country, they would have collapsed. So I'll read this through without any interruption now. Colonialism is a practice of policy of control by one people or power over the other people or areas, often by establishing colonies and generally with the aim of economic dominance. In the process of colonialization, colonializers may impose their religion, their language, the economic and other cultural practice. Is that not what is Nigeria today? Eshegon Yawa Fatima, Mukia Milen Konse, Igbowosha, Tibak Wele Mewa, Umagbiko, a quadroti de Yoruba, Mukia Yawa Tamoy, Obele de Marawa Luisa. And I've told you, wherever you're going, I stick with you forever. Because I trust and I believe you. Emi ori Jesu ri, mo de bade anobi, but Mori Igboho is a privilege, is a great honor in our lifetime. Àti máa ń gbọ́ àwọn bàbá kan, àwọn jagunjagun kan, àwọn kìnnì kan, àárí wọn, akọ̀gbọ́ ni, Ọ̀rúnmìyà wọlẹ̀, kìnnì kan wọlẹ̀, gbogbo yẹn ìtàn ni, akọ̀gbọ́ sétí ni. Àwa rí èèyàn kan tó bẹ Elédùmarè wá fi kẹ́ wa. Ó dẹ̀ ní Ọlọ́run ló lẹ̀ mí òun fún ara wọn gan. Èèyàn mú rẹ̀ fọkàn balẹ̀. Kò séwu rárá. Elédùmarè ṣiṣẹ́ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. Àárí gbogbo àwọn tó sọ yẹn rí. Akọ̀gbọ́ sétí ni. Àwa rí èèyàn kan wá dúró fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá. Pé iṣẹ́ òun ò ní gbà. The only thing we can do is just to keep him in prayers every day. The next one, I've talked about the financial side. So when we look at what are the 4 types of colonialism, colonialism is generally classified by one of 5 overlapping types according to the practice, particularly goals and consequences on the subjugated territory. Take that word, subjugated. Let's go and look at the English dictionary for that. The meaning of subjugate.
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 S-U-B-G-U-G-A-T-E.
Subjugate.
Kilo mean bring under the domination or control. Nigeria of today is under the control of the same problem that existed 110 years ago, because by January, which is just less than 2 days now, you'll be celebrating 110 years of the fraudulent amalgamation. Jesus called create Nigeria, and not be creating Nigeria. If you are saying that your church say pray for Nigeria, ask your pastor, were they praying for Nigeria when they were going to set it up, or was it during jiggy that Lugard and his wife decided that they slept over it, not even the girlfriend, and they created Nigeria? I was privileged to see where they live in 1912. That was 2 years before they created this shit called Nigeria. And Lugard was working on behalf of the British Empire, the colonial rulers. And according to Campbell, let's go back to what Campbell says when it comes to the amalgamation. Campbell says, and I quote, this was an interview he granted. It described the 1914 amalgamation of the Southern and the Northern Protectorate as an idea by the British colonial rulers for mere administrative conveniences. Are you deaf and dumb? Nigeria is just an administrative. Create their wealth from it, bring the wealth out. What is the wealth? It's just the resources. Okay, you have coal, bring the coal out. You have gold, bring them out. They never developed Nigeria. All they did was they suck everything out. Some say, hey, but they've given us independence. Idiot. Independent. No independence was given to us. It's part of the game. You are still being
subjugate.
And then we can say the past tense, subjugated. So when we say
subjugate,
it literally means that bring under the domination or control. They are still controlling your papa pot. They are still controlling us. So when we are not being controlled inside Nigeria, some of us that come here as well, we are being controlled. Even if you're born here as an African, you will still go through a lot of racism. Go and ask me, you think, I have one of my uncle that has well-read accountant before he left Nigeria, British citizen. Let me just stop it there. British citizen. He was born here. British citizen. Pali British lower lower. Accounting lotion in Nigeria. Go to the pop Louis. You will cry for them. He's doing very well, but sometimes when I just say, sometimes what is the existence of this British passport concept? And I only use a question about you better not be one see. Kò ní bàjẹ́ fún Wàlátà báwo lára tẹ̀lé máa pẹ́ padà lẹ́ẹ̀kan ọkọ̀ to escape me. Go and ask Wàlátà. Wàlátà was born here. Cousin mi ti máa ń sọ yẹn. He was born here. He was going to come here today, but you know, due to some other reasons, he couldn't make it down. Every Friday comes here, we discuss, we eat. British citizen. I just laugh sometimes. You think that we sit here, we're joking. We love. You don't think love Nigeria to was say. I saw some of my videos in 2017, even the ones I did with Yadura. A lot of the videos I've done, I've pulled everything down. So from the new year, we start uploading it. So when I put the headline, I'll say 6-7 years ago, whatever, I'll calculate the years back. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. No, 24. So 7 years ago. By the time I go there in January, so I will say 7 years ago. So you will know that they are not new videos. You will see the work I've done. Say Nigeria, which Nigeria show? You want to save Nigeria. Who are you that you want to save Nigeria? Babaki Toye wanted to save Nigeria during the Second Republic as a senator. The Northerners were creating their own Nigeria. The Yoruba wanted to save Nigeria. That is why some people are upset that it is the Yoruba people that is holding the country together. But the Yoruba elite are not ready. We will force them. We will compel them. We will negotiate with them. We will do whatever we need to do. And if all that fails, then there will not be any other option. The last option will be, it will be just another boss. It will go on the M1. If you don't know the meaning of M1, I'm sorry, I can't tell you. You can ask those in the comment section. Those that have followed me in the last 3 years knows when I say M1. I don't give all the details about M1. And I can take to you in 72 hours. This bag is the only thing I need to move out with when I'm ready to go back home. 72 hours. That is why everything is prepared inside that bag. Subjugated. Make someone or something to subordinate. The new ruler family subjugated the church to the state. Most of you are under the subjugated of the colonialism. They've given us independence. Which independence? You were never given an independence. It's all lies. What does it mean to be subjugated? Let me spell it in case you don't know the meaning. Sarah uniform Bravo Juliet uniform Golf Alpha Tango Echo Doctor or Delta, whichever one you want to pick. When we use the word subjugated or subjugating, is to bring under control and rule as a subject. So we are the subject. Hey, I am a proud Nigerian. You cannot get just a visa. I met people from Italy. They are Tunisians, only maybe they've got their own hair. Do you understand what that means? So they've literally traveled for 1 week to London. Can you come to London for 1 week? Can you come to London? I mean, it used to happen in the 80s until Margaret Thatcher stopped that. So when some of you say that, I am a true Nigerian, a Commonwealth citizen, you cannot even come and watch their favorite musician in London, where people from other countries will fly in, walk in, drive in, and come to London to watch your favorite artist. So what is the existence of this country called Nigeria? Why are we trying to keep it together? So that we can be hating each other on the social media. Yeah, I don't like the Igbos, I don't like the Hausas, but we can be neighbors. You think that the British love every of their neighbors? They don't love them, but they love them for different reasons. What is the word for subjugate? Conquer, enslave. Most of you are enslaved, including myself. We have all been enslaved. And this is why we're saying to stop all this, according to Dr. Michael Oldson, which is the same thing that Akitoye have been saying. But it's good that we reference to another set of people that are probably different from us. It went further to say that, do you want to make money or survive? Most of us want to make money, right? That is why we are saying, men, let me start from Europe. So that, because if I start from Nigeria, be like, but boy, Nigeria, how many people would love to come to UK? If you have the privilege, be honest with yourself. Not everybody wants to come to UK, and I'm not joking. But if you have the privilege, how many people we're doing? I mean, it's just open for the next 3 minutes. I want to see. If you're not in, even, I'm not talking about in Nigeria, even if you're in another country, there are people in Saudi Arabia, there's people in UAE. I haven't seen Abdullah for some time. I hope he hasn't got a problem, because I already have Abdullah for some time now. He lives in UAE. If you have the privilege and you are anywhere in the world today, would you love to be in UK? Even if it's just a visit, even if it's just to come and look at what is happening in London and go back, just say yes or no. We have all been enslaved. So me now, I was enslaved for 15 years. But the only difference is I was putting on nice clothes. I had the privilege to drive because, I already had my driver license as quickly as I can. And I got my driver license with my Nigerian birth certificate. You dare not do that when you arrive in UK today. They will not take it from you. That was in 1998. Just my BC, small BCO, I just send that way. They will not accept it because the rules keep changing. And most of you that are coming into the UK, take your time and understand the system. The system is not Nigeria. You could get into trouble quickly, especially those of you who say, I'm going to be driving with international driver license and all this nonsense. Just get your professional license, do your test, your theory test, pass your driving test, and automatically you're qualified to drive. All these, I'm driving with international driver license, all this nonsense. Be very, very careful. So when we say, what is the word for subjugate, conquer, enslave, coerce? I love that word. We have been coerced. Hey, let's keep Nigeria. But they cannot keep themselves in EU. So the British are smart enough to come out of the union they created in the first place. They are now coercing us. Hey, don't worry. If Peter Obi doesn't enter today, maybe you should try next time. Peter Obi will still become the president if Yoruba people and Igbo people and Hausa people vote for him. He lied. Peter Obi is another British agent. Well, it's only for a few years, probably 1 year maximum. But many Nigerians are still driving over 2 years with the same license. I know you can in UK. Because there's no point. If you have an accident, you'll be in trouble. Thank you so much, Unikill. They came out of EU. They're not telling us, no, don't worry. Nothing is wrong in Nigeria. It's just that you guys have not put the right people there. You will never get the right people there because you don't have the money to compete with Bagudu, the one that took money on behalf of Abacha. You will not have the kind of money that they have. Even those that have the same money with them, sometimes they don't allow them to get in. Dino tried his best. They did not let him get in. Not that, they don't want him there. It's just that they manipulated it, just like Tinubu rigged the election. You might not feel comfortable with that. But Tinubu was never going to allow Peter Obi and Atiku to beat him out, because if Buhari wanted to, do any mess, Tinubu would have taken down Nigeria on himself. So it's all the game. That's what I'm saying here. The law allows you to drive 1 year, but what happened after 1 year, people are still driving. Those that I'm talking to know what I'm saying. So if I say you should not drive, definitely within 1 year that you enter a country, it will go very fast. But many people would not go and do that test. That is what we do here. We try to encourage you. So because if you say you can drive in 1 year, and within that 1 year you don't pass, I've seen people that have been, they're still driving. So what we are saying is that, yes, it's only allow you for 1 year, but you're better off to just go and do the theory. Even if you know that you are going to be coming to UK, start learning the theory. You pass it one time, you go and do it. I said to people, my cousin called me a few weeks back of some month, another friend like that, they're trying to bypass insurance and all that. They said, look, you have been driving in Nigeria. The only difference is your bad habit. They'll take off the bad habit, but Nigerians are trying to save money. Oh, yeah, they're breaking the law, but many people don't know that. Have you not seen that young man? Go to Linda KG. I posted it on my Instagram as well. I'm sure some of you, I'm not sure whether I posted it on TikTok. I have to check. He's a chef. I've told that he just come into the UK. He just came into the UK. Not come. He just came into the country. Less than 3 months. Less than 3 months. Right? And then they look for Bobby. I don't love to use, phrase that reflect women. It's very difficult for me to, to be saying Okwatobo on social media. I know some people are very comfortable with it, even though we know we're all adults. There's nothing wrong looking for women. I beg you, don't look for underage in this country. Underage start from somebody that is 15 years old. If they are 16, they are adults. But most of the children in UK and America and the European countries, their boobs get out quickly from 11 years old. And you might be seeing them the way they dress and you're thinking that they are 19, they're 20. This one was told that I am 14 and he still went ahead with this girl. I'm sure some of you have seen the video. He's a chef. And then they'll say, Ogundi lady. No, it's because you refuse to listen to people like me, because you're listening to those that are just talking about those nonsense that doesn't give you the education background to it. There are so many women that you can go after, and if they say yes, yes. If they even say no, say no, go back, bye-bye. There was another one that went to club, rubbing his tororo on that woman, Bobo. And the woman said, what are you doing, man? He thought he's in Nigeria. He came on holiday. He's still in prison if they've not released him. So going to the club, you have to be very careful as well. I've been to the club back to back before I got married. And I know you have to be very, very careful. Not even the new world that we're living now. Any small thing, people will just accuse you of something. So I'm talking to those of you, the men, and I don't know about women coming to do that, but men, be very careful. Don't go for underage. You become a pedophile and you'll be kept under the sex offender for a very long time. If you don't like my program, at least take that warning out of this program. Please, I'm Skilonjagba, you're sorry. The guy will say, I'm sorry. Which one be I'm sorry? And don't ever call issue, because Omo Ishulawa. Call your devil. Don't call Satan. You have to be very careful. If you're very horny, find something else to do. If not, you will be in prison. There is no remedy for that. That's just the side. So let's now come back again. Do you want to make money or survive? Many of us want to make money. I love to make money in Nigeria. We've tried our best to make money in Nigeria, but it failed us. Not that because we have not tried to do the needful, but the system itself is not helping us. I'm not talking about Nigerians now. I'm talking about the system. Because if I do business with you in Nigeria, if anything goes wrong, who do I report to? Can I get justice? If I do business with TJ in America, if things goes wrong, and sometimes things goes wrong in business, do you even know that the law in America is even a different thing entirely? That is why every business, remember I was reading a book that I got from this woman, how to set up a business in America. Yeah. I've read this. If I was meant to establish Koiki Media in America, it's a different entity because they want to make sure that the law applies to me in America, not the one in UK. American law is even different, and every state is different. So I have to even study to know that, okay, US tax treaties, the US party to the bilateral tax treaty with numerous foreign countries. If your own country has a tax treaty with the US, the tax treaty should be consulted as a primary tax planning tool. This treaty has significant differences, but generally aim to prevent double taxation and the tax evasion and to facilitate commerce between countries doing business in United States of America. Transfer pricing, foreign investment in America. So they have different laws, limited liability countries, liability companies, leadership, ownership, capitalization, entity choice, branch office. I have read it and I'm thinking, wow, America is a very beautiful place to make money, to survive, but it can also pull you down. So that means that if I do a business in America or an American citizen is doing business with me, that means that if anything goes wrong, there's nothing like, I beg you in Jesus' name, I beg you in Anobi name, things that you should go and settle in the court. They want to settle it right on the street and give jungle justice. So many things is going wrong. It's not because of leadership, it's because that is what the British colonial rulers did to frustrate us together. And that means that if we do not collapse Nigeria, it will be the same thing. Let's go back again to what John Campbell, the former American ambassador to Nigeria, says, and I quote, listing some of the immediate steps to include in addressing the policy and the military age-old issue of human rights abuses. This was during Buhari. Already, Amnesty International is saying that Tinubu himself is going through a very, very bad human right. He added that the agitations in the some quarters for the secession could also be addressed, even though there's nothing like secession, it's self-determination. The Biafrans are campaigning for self-determination, just like the Scottish people. It is up to the government to sit us down in a round table, or there will be another civil war. I know it's not one thing that we want to be hearing all the time, but it's either it is peace or there will be blood. It's two ways. Even there was blood during the first amalgamation. It was not done peacefully. It was done with violence. The British came with everything that they have. They negotiated with some of our kings from the east to the west, decided to merge us together. Some say that there was not even any agreement. I say all the agreement is right in the parliament, which is just about 1 hour away from my house. And they are not ready to break up Nigeria on yourself, on our behalf, just as they are not going to give the Scottish people another second referendum, because they know that the Scottish people are serious now. They're going to break away, and they're still pushing. So what is going to happen as the election is coming in 2025 in UK, the Scottish, the Alba party, they want to make sure that they push in 12 of their candidates into their parliament. And you know what they're going to do when they get there? They're not going to be campaigning for the remaining of togetherness. They're going to be talking about the dissolution of the union. But can we do the same thing in Nigeria? Can I go and form a political party and send my people there and say, go and contest, become the House of Rep, the senator, so that we can pull down Nigeria? You are mad. It's not going to happen. You know why? The British have already cooked everything together. They've given the upper edge to the north. That means they will continue to tell us that the northern part of Nigeria has the numbers. Let us do a proper census. And let's find out how many houses they for north, how many houses they for southeast, how many houses they for southwest, and the rest of the country. You will realize that it has been one of the biggest fraud that the British Empire or the British colonial rulers, as Campbell called them, has done on our lives. It is something that must be pulled down, and it's going to be done with everything that everybody's doing. There's nothing called secession. Don't listen to Abati. Abati chop money under Jonathan. He sit down there in Aras television talking nonsense, especially against the Biafra and the Yoruba people. And if you would listen to Reno has made so much money. He's telling you to go and read some books. Is it a book that you will use to make money in Nigeria? When the law is not working, Emma Binu, those of you on the Olayomi Koiki, I got to play some videos now. Can you join us back on the any other platforms? I know we're not live on the other platforms. There's a video I want to play out from there. I'm going to come back again. But if you don't want to miss anything now, quickly switch to another platform, because I want to play something out of my phone to buttress what I'm saying right now. So let's quickly do that before then we'll turn it back on again. You must follow me on all the platforms. That is the only way you're not missing anything. If one platform is down, we need your extra help. Support us. Give us what we're asking for so that we are not going to be having this kind of breaking transmission all the time. I'm using 6 phones already. Like I said, my full laptop should be back up and running in the new year. We're working on that to see how we can manage things that we have. So there's a video I want us to listen to, let's listen to this. So when some of you are saying that Tinubu is going to perform, this was a senior advocate of Nigeria. 1 minute. His name is Chief Olanipekun. Maybe we should listen to him. There is nothing called Nigeria. Nigeria is the British entity. Let's listen to the 1999 Fraudulent Constitution by Chief Olanipekun.
Problems in the land. And the problems, I want to say this, I might be off the cuff, is because of our constitution. Also, Nigeria is not operating any constitution known to honesty, entrenched in group faith, brought about by unanimity of the people, acceptable to federalism, and again, that is also, we also have that problem in the judiciary because of the Nigerian situation. We have a unitary system. That's what we run. Hydra-headed. Don't let us pretend. And I've said it over and over. And I'll continue to say it. And that's unitarism has also created into the judiciary. Today, the entire Nigerian judiciary is unitarized. The Supreme Court is federal. Federal Court of Appeal, the Court of Appeal is federal. Federal High Court is federal. FCT is federal. National Industrial Court is federal. Customary Court of Appeal of the Federal High Court is federal. Sharia Court of Appeal of the Federal High Court is federal. All jurisdictions. That the Chaldean judges of this world, that the doctors of this world, that the bailiffs of this world, when they wind their respective high courts exercised, making the law to be profound, succulent, rich, exciting, they are now vested in the different high courts or federal courts. We're talking of how to reform the system. There is no justification in a state, in a nation like Nigeria, purporting to practice federalism, where even the Supreme Court should be overburdened with unnecessary jurisdiction in respect of land matters from Yoruba land, respect of divorce, respect of family matters, chieftaincy matters. How do they know? I don't want us to be deceiving ourselves. Assuming I'm even appointed to the Supreme Court today, I'm above the age, but assuming, and I'm sitting there, and you bring a matter on appeal in respect of Kanuri native law and custom, or Igbo native law and custom, or Igbo land tenure system, and I sit there and I'm writing judgment. I'm a Yoruba man. What do I know about that? Those kind of cases to stop at the state, either Court of Appeal or Supreme Court. Go to the United States of America. Each state has its own Supreme Court. We are running into trouble. We are inching there, and time is not in our favor. And I'm not tickled by what the National Assembly is doing. They are not being fair to themselves. They are not being fair to us. They claim to be amending the Constitution. What are they amending? And I want to repeat it. Do you amend something that is not amendable? When you want to amend the Constitution, by the way, Ladi, where do you start? You start from the preamble with the people. Oh yes, they have to amend it. Why are they running away from it? If they cannot amend the preamble, if the preamble is not amendable, then it means the Constitution is not amendable. Come on. They have to start from it. You start reading your letter from the back page. Do you? No, they have to start from the preamble. That means the preamble is fake. We the people, who are the we? When did we meet? And why can't we do it? I'm studying the constitutions of the world. And I say this also with every sense of humility. There's no constitution that is near as fake.
Are you listening to that? This is the same constitution Yoruba people, gullibles, you're waiting for Tinubu to fix Nigeria. Peter Pan, shout out to you. I haven't seen Clement, my brother from the Biafra is paying me every month for the job I'm doing. I'm not joking. Every month, he sends money to me. Clement, shout out to you and many of you like that. Yawa Lukunja, I haven't spotted you for some time. I guess it's business and everything. GR1, and those of you that will be watching the broadcast, if you're asking me how to support us, go on my website. You'll find all the details. And if you're not too sure, just make a request. I will give it to you. When those of you that are saying that, Jagaba, I saw him in Lagos praying. Oh, yes, I said let him enjoy it. Buhari enjoy it as well. Buhari was going to Castina. Hausa people were running after him. So let the Yoruba people be running after him. Even if they're suffering, let them be running after Tinubu now. But some of you will be affected. Let's finish it.
May has made believe in nature and in content,
Okay.
as the Constitution, as what we call the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999, as amended.
And some of you, you have your money in your bank. You will not. Ama Uche, long time, all the way from Italy. I haven't seen my sister from Canada, Uchichi. I told Uchichi I go come Canada, me and her with her husband, we go chop Isewu and we go chop Okereke. Listen to this Yoruba man. Some of our elites, they have medical facility in Nigeria. This is the Nigeria that you want me to set up business. This is the Nigeria that we have tried, and we are now saying that it has failed. I am not saying that you should pull up your business anytime now. I'm just reading now from Sarah Reporter. They've started again. The Igbos, don't inside to another trouble. Lagos gives traders at Computer Village 24 hours to vacate property ahead of a planned demolition. If it's for safety reason, they say Power Shopping Complex. So I've been to Computer Village. It's a Peter Pan. Thank you so much. Nigeria was built under a slavery foundation, and you have said it all. Nigeria was built on a slavery foundation. So again, Lagos continue to push the Igbos out. I know they will build their own area. There's no doubt. But you cannot push them away now because they are still Nigerians, okay? You can be using all this mago-mago trick to try to get them out of those territory that government wants to encroach and probably sell it to the Lebanese because you don't like the Igbo, so you prefer the Lebanese. Don't you know that Tinubu is selling you to Lebanese people? But you cannot push them out because as long as we are Nigerians, they have the right to live in any part of Nigeria. Even when we break up, we can then have a new constitution on the side, just like I live here, and I know my living based on the right that they've given me to live in this country. Let's play one more video before we move further again. Remember, we are still on, do you want to make money or survive? Many of us want to survive. That is why we are living in abroad. Not that because we want to make money. We're just surviving. Because when we look at the money that we are making sometimes, look, my cousin is still listening. Walata is there. Tonight or yesterday, we're still talking. He said, look, we're better off to just go back. But going back to that system that it is not conducive for us is the problem we're having. This man that is there, he has business, he has money. These are at least, I said not everybody wants to live abroad. Some of us are just surviving abroad, not because of the money anymore. We are just surviving. Food is in the kitchen. My freezer is loaded. I have drink. I have water. I have everything. But I just want to go back to Djibouti and live in the farm. Me, I want to be a farmer. Just live in the farm and be enjoying life. But I don't want to live in the farm in the middle of the night and I hear Fulani coming and say, stand up, and they rape my wife in front of me. I mean, do you understand that pain? Those that have gone through it. If you haven't gone through it because you are living in a city where you think you are safe, the man where they sell suya for you, he get dagger. The one where they drive your Okada, he get dagger. The one where they do many job for you, where they fetch water, they get dagger. They are sleeper cells. The one where they sell pepper. Don't look, from what we know right now, right? I will not sleep with closed eyes anymore as a father in Nigeria. If I was in Nigeria right now, right, I'll be sleeping in the day. For night, I'll be the watchman for my family. Because if anybody come in, look, you might say it's not going to happen anytime. But when they're coming in large force, even your governor will not be able to contain it. Especially that the military has been compromised. We have been saying this. Do you know that Plateau State was attacked again? I said Bola Tinubu is not in control. He's another puppet president. The only thing I can say is waving his hand from a Kodumota. Hey, Jagaban. And I don't say Jagaban. Enjoy it. Sheyi Tinubu's wife will not be able to enjoy Lagos State because you play the dirty game with GRV or whatever you call it. Remember, he married to Igbo as well. What we are saying is that let everybody go their separate ways and let us restart afresh. I have prayed to you what Chief Olanipekun, if you think Afe Babalola doesn't know this, they know this. Every one of them knows, but the elite are now crying out. I don't know who they're crying for. Are you crying for Koiki Media? Let's listen to this man. I don't have to show his face, not necessary. Just hear his voice. What society turning into?
I don't know, you cannot stop it because somebody needs to hear this because I don't want my patients to die. I just want to pay for fucking patients' medication. I'm not asking GT to do me any fucking favor.
Did you hear that? He's not asking GT to do any fucking favor. Sorry for the F language. It's nothing to me, but sometimes some people are not comfortable with it. He wants to pay for 40 patients. He has millions in his account inside his GT, but he can't access it. They say he has to wait for 48 hours. Look, me, I don't get money. Oh. The little I have paid some bills today. I still have maybe small little there. Imagine me now. You know, my daughter yesterday said to me, Dad, can you send me some money? And this is, I mean, I have the WhatsApp message. My daughter, she just said, Dad, you know this about, can you send me money? I said, the little way me, I said, okay, I sent. Imagine I want to send out the money and the bank is restricting my money. How do you feel? That is a shit hole country. You know when we are telling you that there is Naira scarcity, some of you say they play. I am 6,000 kilometers away from Nigeria. Whatever will make Nigeria to collapse, whether it is from the southeast, whether it is from the mainland, whether it is the El Zakizaki, whatever can make it to collapse, I pray for it every day. I have a lot of family in Yoruba land. Break. I pray for it. I just pray that one spirit go enter somebody. We go on the road, start preaching, say, hey, we're getting there. But for now, we have not reached there. We are just still preambles. When we wanted to take you around there, some of you say, we are going to bring war to Nigeria. Koiki, don't bring war. War is happening every day in Plateau State, and the gullible Nigerians cannot come out and defend it anymore. All those yeye medias, all these brown envelope medias. You say, Koiki ló fẹ́ gbógun wá, òun àti Igboho ló fẹ́ gbógun wá sí Nigeria. Plateau people are crying. I thought it's Plateau alone until this video came to me today. I said, this man look like a Yoruba man. And look at his face. And look at his, they speak English. Blah, 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 blah. This is not an account that has thousands of, even posting. You know, Yoruba people will like, if you see, they posted that money we did there, boku money, but he can't access his money. It is part of what I say. Do you want to make money or survive? This man wants to make somebody to survive. But the shit hole country called Nigeria is not ready to make 40 of his patients to survive. I don't know whether they were able to sort it out amicably, but just think about it. You will not get any shishi. Buy. Some of you are the borrowed data. I know I shouldn't be saying that because you use it to watch me. Buy, you not get. You support one Nigeria. Mad people over the place. Buy, you not get inside your bank account. Buy, the person will get million. The man is lamenting. He saying, people must hear this. People must hear what, sir? Is this not the reason why we say, okay, okay. If it's going to take us 4 years to decide the breakup of Nigeria, the dismantling, the collapses, let's start the process now. I'm not saying that it should happen overnight. If it's not going to happen overnight, it's only going to happen overnight when it goes into the anarchy stage, when everything is doing bass on the M1, where everybody they run, the pikin no go know the mother, go to where it is happening. Even people say the war in Russia and Ukraine, it doesn't even look like a war, it's like a movie, because they get light, they get internet. Because Elon Musk, you know that when the problem in Nigeria starts, Elon Musk, we will plead with him. Elon Musk, please. Hashtag give us internet. Or more, you're not going to use free internet too. Because when the Nigerian government turn your own off, which they can, they will tell MTN, they will tell Glo, they will tell everyone, switch it off. But we will now tell Elon Musk to divert his satellite. They will now use computer from their base. They will send the satellite to that area. They will now give you a password that you can use to log in so that you can be giving some of us the feed. But I, Olayomi Koiki of Koiki Media, I will not be told that story. I will be on the ground with you to witness that day. I'm not talking on behalf of any other media. I am talking about myself. So this man, where they say, yeah. Let's listen to it one more time before we move forward. Let's start from the beginning again. I don't have to show his face. It's not necessary.
What are we turning into? No, what's our society turning into? We have an account that's been running. We have not an account for 1,000. It's an account for millions. No, you cannot stop it. Because somebody needs to hear this. Because I don't want my patients to die. I don't want to pay for 14 patients' medication. I'm not asking GT to do me any fucking favor. Just to pay for my patient's medication. GT is telling me I cannot operate my account. Then I have to wait for another 2 more fucking days. For what? Just for patients' life? Until it becomes their NP's family members before they move. I'm not asking them to give me any money. It's my account that I just want to run.
Okay.
What are we turning into? Honestly, and is this a government issue? We're talking individuals here. I have to leave my clinic to come down here for this. Why? So we need to know people.
This is GT Bank Oregon. Mandate was supposed to be changed since Thursday. Unfortunately, they couldn't change it. And despite the fact that the doctor is saying that patient's life is at risk, they're still saying it will take 48 hours to change a simple mandate for him to be able to run his account. And GT Bank and the people here have sent messages to the head office, but the head office does not care.
I don't care
if people die or not.
I love that part. Which head office? We're a country, like I call it on the Twitter every day. Nigeria now we're a country. That is the country you want diaspora to come and invest in, where we will put in. Why do you think the companies are moving out? They can't access their money. Idiot. Company will get money, airline, they get money in Nigeria to put their money out. Now, wahala, they can't pull it out because Nigeria doesn't have the forex to give to them. Now they are waiting for me in London, you in America, in Canada to use their money. Mukiyawa, Abby Williams, Abdurrahim, good evening, or good morning rather. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. You can see why we are saying Nigeria is not a country. And like Peter Pan say, Nigeria was built under a slavery foundation. Nigeria was built under a slavery foundation by the European. Nigeria, don't worry, I do a lot of my short videos along the routes as well, because not everybody can watch 3 hours. So that is our new method now. When we are live, we'll be doing some short along with it as well, so that those short ones will travel faster. Yes, that's what we do. Let's listen to this again, just to cool temper a little bit. Am I not getting the sound?
There's an attempt at ethnic cleansing in this state, and of course in all the riverine states of Nigeria.
By who?
We must resist it.
We must resist it.
We must stop it.
We must stop it.
Everyone us
every one of us
rise up.
must rise up.
The armed forces are not neutral.
The armed forces are the military and they are the criminals.
collude.
They have already colluded with Boko
They
Haram and
collude.
ISWAP to kill Nigerians.
They
To
collude
kill Nigerians.
with the armed bandits.
With nothing like armed bandits.
They kill people.
Kill Nigerians.
Kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements.
Okay?
They cover them.
They cover them. If me and you are waiting for the army,
If you are depending on the armed forces
you
to
will
stop the
all
killings,
you will all die.
you will all die one by one.
And people have been dying in Plateau State. People are dying in Plateau State because they are waiting for the Nigerian military that has been compromised. This is why the ESN was set up. They do not want to wait anymore from the military of Musa to come and defend them. Nigeria is at the verge of breakup. In Plateau State, it is at the verge of breakup. And if you are not going to believe me, it will happen just as you listen to this again. These are Nigerians struggling after 63 years, somewhere in Oshodi, where Tinubu is in Lagos. They cannot give them 24 hours electricity. These are just to, relax a little bit before we move into the next segment. Like my brother TJ say, Nigerian government is a game playing, and they are working on behalf of the puppet. They are puppets, rather, to the West. The whole idea is to keep us together. Mokiba Bawa DBC Boboye, thank you so much. You say, thank you much for your tireless job. If I don't do it, somebody else will do it. I'm only called for the mission, and we will make sure that we deliver the mission. Listen to our people as they continue to lament 63 years of no power. Mr. Taiwo Olowo Descent, thank you so much. Peter Pan said that if not for the media like yours, a lot of us outside Nigeria wouldn't know the things going on in the zoo. This man gets money for bank. He wants to treat 40 of his patients. He can't have access to the money. Not OPay bank account. GT refused to give him money. But let's listen to this first before I come back again.
Hello, Mr. Koki. Nigeria tabara wa báyìí. Nigeria tabara wa la wa yìí.
Okay.
Ṣètìlì situation kan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ báyìí.
Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀?
Àárọ̀ yìí for the past 4 days.
For the past 4 days, kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? No light. You see? No light. Generator sound. You see generator? 63 years of madness. Okay. Okay. As we did yesterday, we'll also open the phone line for the. I've gone back on the Instagram with my other phone. I've come out of the Twitter so that we can bring more people in from the Instagram as well. So if you want to call in the number, we are just 2 hours into the program. The number is +44 74 04 405 917. Just for a few minutes so that you can add your own input. Let me read some of your comments as well. Thank you so much to our Biafra brothers. I can see you. You're sitting there. I know you're listening because you believe this is the platform where you can listen to. If it's not self-determination, they don't go there. They haven't got the time to waste. They don't want to burn their energy, and we appreciate your presence on the platform as well. From Eddie Funke to Judgment to Ronte to Achibe to Uyichi to Nanso to Simon Ekpa. There's too many Simon Ekpa. We have double body of Simon Ekpa. We have to protect the Prime Minister of the Biafra government in exile. Skipton as well, Ikebe, and many of you that have joined us at the early hours of this morning. Let me read this comment quickly from Silver Badmouth. The problem now is our Yoruba people, sir. Imagine one Afar was saying all the people that campaigned for Yoruba Nation was a scam. Those Afar are as idiots because they don't understand what they're talking about. You think Saudi Arabia, go to Saudi Arabia. Grandma, Grandma. Thanks so much for the love and the support all the time, financially, spiritually, and we appreciate you. You see those that call themselves Afar, right? They don't even know Saudi Arabia is another criminal country that killed journalists. They killed Khashoggi. Jamal Khashoggi. They killed him. They cut his body to pieces. They flush it away in Turkey. So Tebara Wafan, these are not Afar. These are Fulanis, okay? These are Fulanis that are living with us. Mr. Wale, say, Koike, the situation is very bad. Well, it is more than bad because it will get bad until we all say we are ready. Mr. Lakayode Sakwe, all politicians enjoy Nigeria, many people suffering too much. Nigeria, a wicked country. Nigeria is more than a wicked country. There's another name for wicked. That is what we should be calling that shito country. Jekomosha, Imole Yoruba. Thank you so much. Many of you that are with me tonight. Okoya for Lions Sakwe, Nigeria cannot be keeping. It's too late. Keeping Nigeria is like you're trying to give, the Western colonials, more power. We got to bring it down, and it can be done if we are truly ready. Again, these are just sound of children crying. I don't want to show the images during the attack that took place in Plateau State. Those are children crying. Mike Evangelist, Ambassador Deni. So I don't want to play the sound too much because the computer can pick that sound, and I'm very, very careful with my platform now. So that is the sound, but they are not being warned because they're waiting for the Jagaban to come and save them. I'm just picking some of your comments, and then those of you that are with me tonight. Mr. Samuel Afalabi, thank you so much. Prince Adekunle, as usual. Many of you have to stay overnight. It's coming up to 2:15 a.m. in London. In America, it will be backwards in different time zone. Mr. Yodele Ganil says, good morning, Rahim. Thank you so much. And all our team that are working back to back. We need Naira all the time. Every day you see those guys that are working for me back to back. That means I have to keep them alive so that you can be able to see some of the videos. And let's even pick some of those videos that I've been doing lately. I'm going to pick some at random so that we can get the feel, but you will only see most of these videos on our backup channel. So that is the WD76 Media. We're not posting them on Koiki Media because we're trying to push. Arizona is 6:15 p.m. I know you guys are in the evening. Once again, Mukialaja Adeyeye, happy birthday in advance. If you're celebrating your birthday in December, I wish you all the best. Let's pick some of our people that are suffering back home and some of the videos that have come out in the last few days. Some of them, just again, as usual, with our religion, they believe that everything is happening because God wants it to happen. Well, God did not want Nigeria to happen. We are the one that still want Nigeria to happen. Pull it down together. That is if you're serious. It is not yet bad. Just Yami was back, she gonna grandma. My grandma says it is not yet bad. It is just get started. These are our mothers. I don't like to mention her name because she worked in the first bank for a very long time, and they know the game, especially the game of how money get moved from point A to B. Many of us don't even know how money get moved. The money that we get from the crude oil revenue. When they pay us back, how did this money get moved? These are our mothers that know how they move that money. So when some of you say we should keep Nigeria, I keep wondering, why do you want us to keep Nigeria? I just want to see, okay, I think this one she's selling a pomo or something. I don't know what she's selling, but let's listen to her. How you feel lament? All right. For the benefit of my Biafrans that are in the house, I'm sure some of you understand pomo because they use pomo as well. The pomo they were selling 800 naira is now 1,002. What is the difference between that? So 100, that's like 600 naira difference. By the time it's the Q3 of 2024, that pomo will be about 2,200. The woman, the lament, say pomo from 800 naira is gone to 1,000. These are not funny. These are the food that people can consume, and the prices keeps going up. Nigerians, you will see the new shege from Tinubu before everything collapsed. Bones, okay, yeah, rewind about it again. Oh, yeah, Deshola, about bones, okay. Gado. 2,000,
it doesn't go. 2,000.
Okay, looks like People are really suffering, and that suffering is going very much. I'm going to move swiftly. Let's leave all that. I think we might play maybe one more, and then I'll move straight to the next slide. We leave this program just about 2 a.m. so that I can also go back to bed, and at least we've done our 3 hours mark. I want to play one more. And our people, they are very, very, 5,000 naira TG. As much as we can't blame our people, but it's because the politicians are playing their mind game. Don't believe people that wants to break Nigeria. JJ Ventures, thank you so much. But let's listen to this, our mother, the last one before we move forward. 50% reduction. So that people can travel. Jagaba, they didn't implement any 50%. There are still people that will defend the government. It's normal. Don't get worried. People will wake up. Our own job, let me just move swiftly forward. Our own job from the media perspective is just to make sure that we are consistent, which is what people want to see. That consistency is very, very important. Okay, I could see Naramali enjoying himself. It's one life. Okay. People just want to make sure that our consistent is very, very important, is unique, so that we don't, take away our mind from the reality. There are some Yoruba people that have taken their mind off the reality that Yoruba nation can become a country. Now, I want to go back again because I've been using these Dr. Michael Otzen. He's an American economics, a professor of economics at the University of Missouri, Kansas City. Whatever he's saying, Babakitoye have said much and better. And I can tell you that because if I go to my website, if you're new to me, I have a website and we're trying our best. That website is updated with blogs of what is happening around the world. And please, don't come and tell me you're doing Yoruba Nation. What have your platform got to do with other things? No. I've left my platform, sacrifice it for Yoruba Nation. It has a template of what we wanted to be doing. It's a network news media. It's not a new media news for Yoruba Nation alone. So you might be seeing news that comes from different angles from around the world. But the most focus is the self-determination is what we do for 100%. So if you're new, check my website out, www.Godwin Ugbaja say the sterling is approaching 2,000. Yeah, you're right. It's about 1,005 as of today. Some are even 1,550. So my website is called www.koikimedia.com. It's not Kokiki. It's Koiki media, one word.com. When you go there, from the home, we have the Yoruba document files. When you click on that, you'll be able to read many of the previous work that have been uploaded there, the Yoruba proverbs, and also the most important book. One of our mother asked me to help her to buy the book. The book has been delivered, The History of the Yoruba People. So I don't have to listen to Professor Michael Otzen to tell me, because Babakitoye is older than him, 4 years. Babakitoye have told us categorically that if Yoruba people are going to survive, it will not be in Nigeria. Not that we are not going to survive. We are surviving because, we are living, but we are dying. The economy is not good, and our identity, we're struggling with it. The most important thing is not the Fulani, it's about keeping that identity that the colonial rulers did and forced on us. So again, you go on our website, you will find different things that we've talked about, Yoruba Nation now, Odua Igbewa. One of the reasons why the voice of us crying for a declaration of a sovereign Yoruba nation as soon as possible is the fear by many Yoruba men and women is that such a declaration will go against the law. Some say that they've declared Yoruba nation is all fallacy. There's nothing called that. There's a declaration. I can say categorically, there's nothing called declaration. They're wasting their time. They can talk from now till thy kingdom come. It's just awareness that they're creating. The same thing that we are doing is what they are doing, but they're just doing it in a different style. Yoruba nation is not a country yet. Nigeria is still operating. If you're traveling now on the airline, you cannot book anything that says, I'm going to Yoruba country. There's nothing like that. There's no Yoruba passport yet. There's no Yoruba currency, but there is a Yoruba template banking system called the Yoruba that has been established, which has been approved by Professor Banji Akintoye. Don't let anybody tell you that the Yoruba is not Yoruba people's own. No, it's our own Yoruba template currency. Just like Facebook. Do you know that Facebook also have its own system that is called, and I have it on my phone. They have Twitter. Facebook set up its own as well. So if you are also interested in setting anything that will be at advantage, even if you're going to make money out of it, no problem. Doesn't matter. As long as it's going to be useful and we can trust you that it will be useful and it's a prototype, bring it up. If you can crack into the FM and let the transmission that I'm doing right now, you can make sure that when I'm live or anybody's live, push it through the transmission of the FM, do it. Bola Tinubu also did the same thing when they set up Kudirat Abiola as at that time. But because technology has changed, putting up a FM frequency, they can also track it. Okay? So don't let gullible say they are doing Yoruba Nation Radio. Yami Comfort and thank you so much. And it's a waste of time. No, it's not a waste of time. Okay? Yeah, it might be expensive. It's because of the currency. It was not produced in Nigeria. The transistor radio. It was produced from outside Nigeria. So what do you expect? You want to buy it for 10,000 naira? Do you know the production time of it? Do you know the logistic? So all these have to be factored. In the future, if you want to start designing your own transistor radio, start doing it. We can do many, many things until we get to the final destination. Even if you can do anything that can start to be used during the M1, start doing it. And I don't have to go into details. Okay? So whatever we are all doing, it's only been funded by us. We don't have access to the gold in Osun State. The governor, Adeleke, have access to that. He has the budget, he has the money, but they are not interested in Yoruba Nation. He's dancing all over the place, with his big stomach. Sanwo-Olu is not interested in Yoruba Nation. He's trying to project Lagos to the world, and then project Lagos to the world because that is what they want. That's why America wants to build the biggest embassy in Africa in Lagos State. I don't know whether you're aware of that. So if you're waiting for Makinde will do his own. He will be gone anytime soon. And they will now find somebody to replace him. So, again, if you're waiting for the British government to give you Yoruba Nation, it's a waste of time. Nobody's going to give you Yoruba Nation. But if we don't want to go into the anarchist stage, the destruction of lives and property, this is why we have to do it in a way like this, which is what they call diplomacy. Mukiya wa Rukaya Tamomi, Ebankia and family. And Happy New Year in advance to many of us that are going to be looking forward to celebrate. If you don't celebrate, it doesn't matter. Me, I do 3 in 1. I be on one issue. Yeah, I celebrate issue. And I'm proud to be issue. Yes. I celebrate Jesus Christ. I celebrate Anobi. And I celebrate Igbowo back to back. Because now our own Osha. And likewise, I celebrate Nnamdi Kanu. And we pray that hopefully he will get his freedom. And if they don't free him, it will be Woto Woto in 2024. I don't know what Simon is going to be saying tomorrow. I will not be transmitting Simon broadcast on my YouTube anymore. They keep bringing it down. I don't know why. But I will transmit it hopefully to Twitter tomorrow. I might transmit it to Facebook. But YouTube brought down the one I did with Ambazonia. They brought it down. That tells you that my platform is not a joke. They brought it down. YouTube said it's against their community policy. I went back to look at Alex HQ, one of the media for the Biafra. His own is there. So I don't know why mine was pulled down. They pulled it down. So I won't be broadcasting Simon message through my YouTube anymore. But I will transmit it through the MixLR. Then we switch it straight to Twitter and Facebook, but no more on YouTube. In case you are not aware, I'm telling you now. And they've taken my monetization since April. They don't make me make money anymore on YouTube. So, so if you go on my website, you will find a lot of information there. Nigeria ranked 103 among 121 countries on Global Hunger Index. We've talked about so many of these things. What we are doing this month, as we go into the new year, we're just talking about the review of where the campaign is. There's nothing called Yoruba Nation anymore. You guys have gone quiet. You are the one that have gone quiet because you are the one that doesn't want to look for us. I have never gone quiet ever since Tinubu became the president. I don't care. I care less about Tinubu because as far as I'm concerned, he's a selfish bastard himself. And he will kill anybody for anything. I don't trust him. Okay? So if you're saying come to Nigeria, I'm not coming to Nigeria because Nigeria is not conducive yet until it goes on the M1 route. And if you don't know the meaning of it, if you don't know the M1 route, like I always say, ask in the comment section. So if you're not aware, maybe I should just remind you as we go into the final part of the year, okay? According to the Global Hunger Index. Oh my God. To the statistics, okay? And statistics doesn't tell lies. In 2020, Global Hunger Index ranks Nigeria, your shithole country, the country that doesn't have any iota of usefulness. Simple Rahim Mukinsa. Okay? Out of 125 countries, it's been a long time. I know they tell me to bring my map. Thank you. I better like map for me. Share like map for me. Every time you should be asking me, Koiki, where's that your lovely map? If you're listening to me on the Twitter space, you can quickly go on the Koiki Media where you can see my map. I love this, my map. I have to buy another one again in the new year, but I need a lot of money. And we're not getting money coming through in our platform. We need money to do so many work. 125 countries around the world. 125 countries. We have about approximately 195 countries according to the United Nations. And again, according to Dr. Michael, it says, and I quote, United Nations is a failed institution. So if anybody is relying that United Nations is giving us a country, they don't give country. You will create United Nations and force them into Security Council. The Biafra are doing that already. They're smart. Simon is a very, very smart guy. He knows that what they're pushing for now will force United Nations Security Council on them. Mr. Tai will say, if you don't want M1, then you need to prefer hunger. So let's go again. In 2023, this year, okay, which is just less than how many days left? Probably 48 hours before we go into the new year. Happy New Year in advance. Mr. Olajimo said the problem of Nigeria is just too much. It will continue to be too much because we are not having a system that can take care of me. They don't have your data. I mean, they have your NI, they have your BVN, but they cannot pay you if anything goes wrong with you. In this country, the moment I call the hospital, they have my record. The moment I call the police, they have my address. If you call Nigerian police now, they cannot even pin down your address. They might know the street, but they cannot pin down your address. If I call now and I cannot speak, emergency automatically knows that this is where the call is coming from. Not that the technology is not there in Nigeria, it's only for the rich. It's not for the poor people, okay? I know this is blocking my view a little bit, but I just want my map to be showing so that, apology for those of you on the, So, out of these countries, okay, these 125 countries around the world today, Nigeria, your country, okay, rank 109 out of 125 countries with sufficient data to calculate the 2023 GHI scores with a score of 28.3 in the 2023 Global Hunger Index. Nigeria has a level of hunger that is serious, very, very serious. AB, that is going to force a lot of you out. Maybe for 4 years, I don't know. Maybe for 8 years, maybe you will just survive it just like we all survive Buhari, and then it will go to El Rufai. It will never go to the southeast. The southeast, if there's those that are supporting Peter Obi, don't go and support Biafra. Nobody is going to give you presidency. If you like, abuse Bola Tinubu from now to the kingdom come. It will rig the next election. I'm telling you in advance now. I told you guys you were not happy with me. You say, this stupid boy, where they London, they shout, papa. obedient, they cry now. Atiku, they cry. The only one we know they cry much now are APC, but they're crying internally. They cannot come out and tell you. Because those ones are Emilio. So Tinubu is going to rig the next election, and he will kill anybody for anything. Cut this and take it to him. I know him because those are not Tinubu when he was living in the UK have reached out to us. He was under AD as at the time. Everywhere they had their meeting, those that were in that meeting when he was going to become the Lagos State governor, all the promises, he failed on it. He will kill anybody for anything. So if you think that Tinubu is not going to rig election in 2023, he's already rigging it for you, idiot. Let's go further and read this. So based on this, it just shows that Nigeria level of hunger is on a very serious situation. Serious. They still, I think by now, by next year, I'll take note of this now. They're still alarming, and it's extremely alarming. There is, okay, let me put it this way. There's a low, 9.9. There's moderate, 10.0 to 19.9. Serious, 20.0 to 34.9. The next one is alarming, 35.0 to 49.9. I guess Nigeria is currently at the alarming stage. Alarming level, you are no longer at serious. Serious was when Buhari was there. This was like the beginning of the year, these statistics. But presently, right now, I guess Nigeria is alarming. How far are we gone now? Because we're almost, we have half an hour left to the end of the program. Silver Badman say, that is true, sir. They are trying to pull this suffering on weary. Majid Ibrahim, good morning to you. And thanks so much. Appreciation to you all. Let's go back again to my website. I'm just giving you some of the things that you can find on my website. So I'm going to go back again to the website. Again, you can go and see how Oloyegbo's house was destroyed. Very, very painful. UK-Nigeria double taxation agreement was signed on the 9th of June 1987. Many of you don't even know that. And since Sanwo-Olusegun from UK. Do you know that? I was telling my wife about Owori. She was like, Owori? I said, yeah. We are still paying taxation between us and UK. We are asking Sanwo-Olu for one. So even though they say that it's, sometimes they will tell you that this comes to an end, but they'll create another proxy. The UK are good at that. They create proxies and proxies and proxies. Sometimes like I was, I normally get email from the ICJ, Investigative Consortium Journalism. Just like I'm asking for money, they are also asking for money all the time. And I'll read the one that they sent to me yesterday, Friday 29 at exactly 8 minutes past 4 p.m., 9 hours ago. International Consortium of Investigative Journalists, dear ICIG reader, as we approach the end of the year, I am excited to share with you the advancement we are planning in the ICIG for 2024. They are driven by our commitment to innovation, invaluable support of donors like you. Did you hear that? So when we are here saying that we need money, don't take it as because if I don't say we need money, some of you will think that we are already okay. Media needs to be innovative, and we also have to be committed. We are committed. Nobody can say that Koiki Media is not committed. If you're saying that, you're wasting your time. Hey, Koiki, I don't see you. It's not fault. That is the social media. That's what they are doing. Reduce our information coming out. Because what I'm discussing with you every day, if 500,000 of my followers on Facebook are watching and listening to that, and majority of them in Nigeria, that country will break within 1 year. So what they've done is, they've done what they call shadow ban. So people cannot see my message anymore. Sometimes we'll just come like, Shebo, she was on air. So you are still doing live. You are still doing program. It's because they don't want you to see me anymore. It's a deliberate act. We are fighting a big monster. You think it's a big joke to come and say you want to buy, you think you can buy a country. You can't buy a country. They don't sell it on the shelf. I've been to the store today. Iceland doesn't sell it. Tesco doesn't sell it. Asda doesn't sell it, Sainsbury's doesn't sell it. It's not something I can go to the shop and say, I want to buy Yoruba Nation. No. It's either you buy it with the M1, you buy it with negotiation, you buy it with campaign, or you buy it by negotiating with countries. But the most important one that can make it very fast is the M1. They will never notify you, Mr. Peter. It's a deliberate act. But all is on the side. So again, these international consortium of investigative journalists sent me a message telling me what they plan to do in 2024. Our data newsroom, the global IOB, is also undergoing a transformative upgrade. This modernization includes a more intuitive interface, making it easier for our investigative teams and the ICIG partners worldwide to navigate and collaborate. The new advanced features we are building will enhance real-time communication and streamline our workforce. We also need about $30,000. How many people are ready to fund it? It might be a big money, but if we have everybody pulling the string, not somebody that will say, I can give 10,000. No, we want everybody to put their hands and say, before the end of this year, in the next 8 hours, I will give you my £1 and say, thank you so much for the job you have done in the last 12 months. How many people are going to do that? That is the question. It's easy for you to just watch us and go away, and they expect us to be very, very productive without also funding it. And we appreciate those of you that have funded it in the last 3 years. Without you, we'll probably not be here. If I don't have the fund, I'll not be able to do it. I just paid my bill, £53. It might be small money, but if I don't have internet, I cannot be live. It's as simple as that. If I don't have internet for my team in Nigeria, they cannot show you all those broadcasts that they're showing you. I know how much it costs me to keep them going. So I am not the only one. They are the same big brand journalists that have bigger platform than mine, and they are saying that as they are going into 2024, they are going to be doing so much difference. A key part of this introduction of data share, for more structured data extraction, data share for building comprehensive knowledge bases. Our digital newsrooms, the global eye, is also undergoing a transformative upgrade. Just like I've been saying, we are going into that same stage. We need about $30,000. Many of you that are watching us from Nigeria, from Togo, from Canada, from anywhere, you can also dip your hands and drop that little penny there. You know, you don't have to give that big. If you can't, fine. But if everybody is donating that £1, Koiki, Emma Binu, that's my own £1, like you said. Can we do that in the next 48 hours? Maybe we can then raise that money that you will see the transformation that we're talking about. You, Emma Binu, so Koiki, you can even go far like this. It can be workable, but fund is needed. So, again, they said they went further. The new advanced features we are building will enhance real-time communication. What do you need from Koiki Media? You need real-time communication. I don't have to be the only one to be live. You need other team to speak. We're working to where we can have just a pure Yoruba program. It doesn't have to be me. It could be any of my team. But for them to be able to do that, they must have the right materials, even if it's just half an hour. We're working on a lot of things, like I said, in the new year. So just like International Consortium, Mokin Babawade Yemi, thanks so much and good morning. Lastly, in 2024, our offshore leaks database will get a new interface to enhance transparency, provide power user with advanced tools to explore our extensive corporate registry of offshore entities. Each of these projects represent a step forward in our mission to uncover, report global issues. These guys will not talk about the Yoruba nation, but they've talked about the criminal Nigerian politicians like Peter Obi and the rest of them that have saved money in the offshore because of their own loved ones. Money from Nigeria that lives in the offshore. That is where they come from. They're not going to talk about Yoruba nation or Biafra nation, but they will tell you how your country that is so corrupt, the money is in Europe, the money is in America, is in Asia. That's what they do. Remy official must cite them there. As we go into it, today, I invite you, they're telling me by this email, I invite you to participate in this transformative journey by joining our global community of concerned citizens, contributing $25 a month to ensure ICIG can amplify our impact and uncover the most pressing issues of our time. What is the pressing issue of our time today as Yoruba people? Is it Nigeria? Oh, yes. But it's not in Nigeria that we want to stay in there. It's the Nigeria that we're going to collapse. And if you don't have the support of a strong media like ours and the others, then there's little that can happen. We will just be shouting. The media can do much, but they can do less if they don't have the resources. So if you can support with a laptop, fine. If you can support with a mobile phone, fine. If you can support with cash, and if you can't support with any of that, just pray and give us your feedback. But for you to sit back and say, this is not something we want to be doing. This is, well, maybe you should go and set up your own and see what it takes and how you can do yours differently. With the little that we have in the last 3 years, like I said yesterday, we might not be in the same route with the Biafra in terms of their own structure, but they cannot say that they've not seen the media of the Yorubas changing the narratives on the ground. They cannot, because we have medias now. We have some media that one is so English like you. Some of our Yoruba speaking platform doesn't speak English. They speak pure Yoruba, and the message travels fast. The reason why I speak English and Yoruba in between is because I am speaking to a global audience. I am not speaking to Yoruba alone. And that is what makes mine a very, very different, very complex, very challenging, hard work, but we are not going to get tired. And that is why I say I am the last man standing. So we hope that we can raise money. Hopefully, maybe by January, we will do one-time fundraising in January. But like I said, if you can support, it will go a long way. As I leave us again tonight, tomorrow is another day. I pray. Mukiyawa Musumola Adejoke, thank you so much for the message. Mukibabawa Agbajewa Siu Olajimo, the problem of Nigeria is too much, is very, very too much. And Fabrics, good morning, and as many of you, we're just 2 hours 41 minutes. It doesn't have to be 3 hours all the time. Let me just pick the last people, then start heading out. You're right. I realized this when I lost my phone and missed online program. I was completely out of the news relating to Yoruba nation struggle. Babawade Boye, so some of our Yoruba people don't know what they have as mineral resources. Someone asked me what we have. I was shocked to hear from a graduate. This shows how hopeless our people are becoming. Yes, because they are too much interested in the TikTok and the gossip. And gossip news sells faster, especially when you can sit with Gist Lover and all this nonsense that are changing your narratives. They are making money, serious money. Gist Lover is making money every month because people are paying for their message to get there. Linda KG is a money platform. You think it's free? You go and sit down there and be watching and listening to Linda KG. Linda KG is getting paid. That's why she can buy Range Rover brand new and all that. And especially, they have also Baba Saleh at the back. Especially when you're a woman and you're beautiful, you know what that goes. So, and some of us like this, I don't need a sugar mommy. I don't have to get one. I can rely on our followers because you can also rely on this platform. This is a platform that you can rely on. I've told you that. I can boast anytime about it. I don't care. If you say I'm boasting, go and set up your own. Go and work towards it because, like I always say, I am not your normal, blogging platform. I am a journalist, and that is the job I do, and that is the job I love to do, and we continue to strive out to make it the best out of the best. It's a hard work, and as you can see there, that is my ID card, okay? That is my British National Union of Journalists in UK, and it's not just one. So if you look at that, every year we have to renew it. This is what takes me into the White House equivalent. You think, say, entering number 10, tell your papa to come and enter White House and see if they will give him access. Even Tinubu going will need clearance. Tinubu said will need clearance. So that is this one is from, okay. This one now, to show you how long I've had it. This was from 2021, and we're in 2023. And that is my own normal card that I do, and I give to all my staff. So they must work with these anytime they move around in Nigeria, because it's a crazy country. Just to indicate that they are journalists, even though we know they don't respect journalists in Nigeria. Even though Tinubu is lying that he's going to try his best to make sure journalists have freedom and they're able to do their work. You know, Buhari never loved journalists. We don't know what Tinubu is going to do, so we're monitoring it. At least so far, they're not threatening any of our team. If they do, I know what to do. I don't have to tell you that on the social media. But I hope they're not going to treat any of my media on the ground anyhow. If they do, I will activate certain things from UK straight away. But I leave that to myself. That is what they call media. I will show them the power of media within 24 hours. What is do? So I'm just heading out now, but I'm just doing the last check it up and saying thank you to every one of you. I hope you've enjoyed the program. If you've done, the little contribution is to share if you can. If you don't want to share, it's okay. We don't force you to, but if you share, it goes a long way. If you know how to cut the videos, cut it to pieces, send it to your loved ones back in Nigeria. If I have money, now that we have this transistor radio in Nigeria, my plan is all my audios, I have, cataloged. Like I always say, every day, I don't rely on the social media. I back up everything from here into the cloud. The next generation will see my work. 3,000, 10,000 years, my job will still be visible for people to see because I'm doing a proper archive of it. Every month, I document every program. December, I put it there. So I have catalog from Monday to Sunday, January, Monday to Sunday, February, Monday to Sunday, March, for the whole month. So the plan that we're doing on our own platform, now that the transistor radio, I've seen the template that they built, which is part of what I was involved in, but I was not the one that paid for the upfront of the transistor radio, but I started the project, So where can we come in again? As people are now buying the transistor radio, can we now start saying that most of my own audios that we have an archive of the Mix LR, large bulk of it, if we do them in the SD card, flash drive, and then we can send them out. So anybody to buy the radio here, you can listen to a whole year program of Koiki Media. Bring him at Boston. And the back programming for the whole year. They don't need internet. They don't need anything. They just plug it in. They will be listening to different programs every day. But I need money to do that. And the radio here, if send message, I'll give you the number that you need to reach out to, or you can call any of our media on the ground, Babai Kitsi, Omoluka, and the rest of them. But if you send me a message, I will send you. So if you buy the radio, I know it's expensive. There's nothing we can do to that. I'm just relaxing now. We've done the program. Some of you are complaining that it's 35,000 naira. What do? It's Nigeria now. There's nothing we can do to that. I wish they can sell it cheaper, subsidize it. But for now, that is the price I say. I mean, for those diaspora, I've seen people buying for their loved one. It's not free. So some of you say, I don't need. It's not free. But the XD card, if I have money, bulk money, that will be the next project I want to do on my platform. Put all my catalog, my work, not the video. The video will be too consumed. I'm talking about the audio version. Imagine Bunti in 2023, USB, and we start giving that out. So in the radio, you plug it in, or you can plug it into any other device. It will go a long way. But we don't have money for that. It's a big project. It can be done, but it needs money. So we see how it goes. You know, it's how it goes. That's my washing machine making noise there. My wife keep washing every day. My wives are they're very unique women. You know, by the time you think my wife is sleeping, she'll come down again because it looks like she's programming the washing machine with her head. She'll still come out and come and deal with it. So Nigeria is going to collapse. Nobody just knows when exactly. So we just have to keep the push. I think big one lady by. They know that. You know, we beat them hands down. They know what we can do in terms of our work with the media. And they can't stop it. We just have to continue to advance on it. If there's a way that you can create free internet for people, it's possible. You just have to talk to Elon Musk. It's going to cost money. And we give people free internet, even if it's just for one hour. But you have to talk to Elon Musk. He has the technology already. We can't have money to send satellite to space, but we can buy the satellite, you know, of him. And the Yoruba elite are not going to involve because they don't want to spend their money on the campaign for Yoruba nation. They want to save their money to buy house, you know, buy house in Dubai, buy house in America, live big, and eventually one day they will die like Akere Dolu, and that's the end. So, but we are trying, but at least history will remember people like us, you know. Aziz is thinking coffee, because if I go and use the money for something else, I better send it as he's asking now. Coffee is another way you can support my brand. It's very easy. And don't let anybody say they're doing Yoruba Nation for money. Go and tell them that Channel Television is doing Channel Television because they need money as well. Idiots. Is it possible to pay instrumentally? I don't know that. You're right. Emani Lati don't answer. I'm not aware of that. I'm not the one in charge of that. Emani Lati Kwemo. So, and maybe tomorrow program, God's willing, inshallah, we see. I don't know. I would love to look into that. Okay, today, that's what Anitati. Is today Sunday?
Saturday.
Eh?
Saturday.
Oh, we just entered Saturday. Why is it so slow like this? I'm expecting that the new year is already here now.
Tomorrow.
Eh?
Tomorrow.
Okay. It's like I'm going faster than I was thinking today is Sunday. Jeez. All right, Kofi Yambo Egbomi. More Kunle Bakers. Kunle Bakers also always give me money on the super chat. Most people want to give money, but they can't find me on the super chat. We only go on the backup channel. It's only the backup channel that have the super chat. Koiki Media doesn't have super chat anymore. They've removed it. Kofi and Timbo Egbomi. Easy gives me money every day on the coffee. I can't love you less. So I think tomorrow or today rather, what we're gonna do, we do a program where it's gonna be question and answer. Any question you want, you ask me. I will not answer certain question that leads to security of Igbowo. Mr. Koiki, Igbowo Nigeria. The question will be straight no. Joe Biden and Rishi Sunak do not tell me their security movement. I'll do that in the program. I'll try and come out early so that it's not going to be very, very late. I might come out twice tomorrow. The only thing is because the children are on holiday and I don't want to disturb them with my own program. So that's why I leave it a little bit too late like this, you know. So, but we'll see how we can do the program. So it will be questions, any questions, you know, on Tinubu, on Igbowo, but like I said, certain question on Igbowo, I will not answer you because of security reasons. But any other questions, I will try my best. If I don't have the answer, I will go back and ask people that have answer to it. You can ask anything, you know, even if it's the opposition, you know, I will try my best to answer it. Mr. Koiki, what do you still think about them? Whatever you want to ask me, I'll tell you. I listen to them a few times, but I don't see any content coming out of them. They're just a waste of time. That's all I can say. They're a waste of time. So, but I won't repay waste of time, but I say it's a waste of time. So they just, you know, messing up your brains and saying that they have a contract. And people are getting angry with me and Igbowo. Even get angry, you know. Sometimes I just laugh, you know, when some of you're overreacting. When I was reacting, you guys were not reacting. It's a shame. When I was reacting, most of you were not reacting. Go back and watch most of my videos. Now my mom said to me, don't worry, not about ready, you will know. The wallet is ready, if not ready, that's my bag. Everything I need, my medical kits, everything that journalists need to move with. You see it? The moment they say baga, when I hear the bell, baga, the moment I hear the bell, I'm coming. Inshallah. We'll be there together. You know, Tinubu cannot do anything. They go just bring military out, they threaten. They go just do paka and you're also okay. You just get a mask, you know, gas mask. That's what they do in China and Hong Kong when they're doing protests. But in Nigeria, because of poverty now, many of you cannot buy it. In China, they know say they go throw, especially in Hong Kong, they know say they go throw tear gas. So they buy, you know, the one where they go put for mouth. So when they throw the tear gas, you cannot feel anything. But in Nigeria, you know what? I checked it out when I came to Nigeria in 2021. We wanted to start buying it in large quantity, but many of you were not ready. Easy, you can only understand. Benny, Mr. BD, financial. I'm just playing now. I can end the program anytime, but I mean, we've done the program already, so we're just, you know, doing it for now. So if you're not comfortable with that now, you can go and sleep. You know, so buy gas mask. I had one when I came to Nigeria. I was prepared for everything. Anyway, you know, the Hong Kong umbrella. In Hong Kong, when they go for protest, they prepare for everything. Everything, because they know, say, their government go attack them. So when some of you say, we don't want to protest, they're going to attack us. What do you expect? Protest, no be joke now. You prepare for everything. But the only difference in Nigeria is they use live ammunition, which is wrong. They shouldn't be using live ammunition. I'm not juicing now. A bomb, again to Juwale and Consi. Only now. Moti Jew, rolling here. And if you want to support us, you know, like I said, we want to raise $30,000. It's not a lot of money. That's 30,000 people at $1, straight up. $30,000, $1 from, you know, 30,000 people. And if I look at the, let's look at my my statistics. I haven't given you some update lately, so let's go and look at our statistics lately and see where we are. I appreciate many of you, especially in Taiwan, Nigeria. You've kept Koiki Media going. You are all the engine room of Koiki Media. So let me give us some statistics to go. Let me go to my analytics. And I'm trying to pick some of the comments. Baba mi shit on Maomi. Shall I feel lewa? Mo rí brother wa tó wà ní Afghanistan. So let me go on my analytics. So this is where Koiki Media performed in the last 28 days. You know, we've really been, you know, but let's go with it to start with. Your channel. You can take, good night, brother. I need to sleep now. Okay, good night. I take Parieto anyway. So what I'm doing now is just, you know, what I say, the Jara. Normally I shouldn't go more than 3 hours. So I'm not take Paris, but I'm just doing the Jara. Your channel got 130,990 views in the last 28 days. For me, it's not very good. Your channel usually gets 161,000 to 340,000 views in 28 days. You can see the difference. So I've lost roughly about 30,000 more people in the last 28 days. Why? Because they cannot see my notification of my program. You can see that I'm working against all odds. And if I look at it as, if I go in the full 1,000, take out 340,000 from 130,000, that means I am losing 200,000 people watching me every 28 days. You can see that I'm facing a very, very big monster. I understand that even though we've split the YouTube to two, because we're running two YouTube simultaneously. And the reason I have to run that is because I realized that if I'm using the backup YouTube and uploading the video, it kept coming back and say that is a reused content. And I'm thinking, you know, what do I mean by reused content? So I realized that it was not good for the YouTube backup channel. So we decided to start running, you know, direct live stream on the YouTube. But notwithstanding, so every 28 days, Koiki Media is losing 200,000 followers. That people that have seen me on 28 days. We had 156 new subscribers, 54 less than usual. So normally I should be getting 200 subscribers every 28 days. I am losing approximately 54 people joining us. My watch time hours is 20.0K. Again, less than usual with 9.9. So I should be about 30K. Views is 131. So again, 30 OK less than usual. Now let's go into the audience. Who are the audience watching Koiki Media? Nigeria, 28.7. United States of America, 22.1. And the UK, 21.8. Canada, 3.1. Germany is 2.0. Then Italy, 2.0 as well. No, 0.9. UAE 0.9. France 0.9. Ireland 0.8. Russia 0.8. South Africa 0.5. People are watching me all the way in Uzbekistan 0.4. We have India 0.3. Spain 0.3. Cote d'Ivoire 0.3. Australia 0.2. Libya 0.2. Benin 0.2. Philippines 0.2. Ghana 0.2. People are watching me all the way in Kazakhstan 0.2. Japan 0.2. South Korea 0.1. People are watching me in Poland 0.1. Indonesia 0.1. Malaysia 0.1. More people as well in Ukraine 0.1. We have viewers in Mexico 0.1. Kyrgyzstan. These are countries that break away from Soviet Union. So you can see why some of us are saying, I mean, Kazakhstan, these were part of the Soviet Union as at 1990. So one day they'll be talking about Nigeria like that. Say Biafra. Hey, Washiri, easy. I've seen your coffee. Thank you so much. Austria 0.1. People are watching us in Belarus. Again, Belarus, one of those countries that break away as well. Senegal 0.1. We have people listening in Jamaica. You can see why sometimes I have to speak in English. People are watching me in Tanzania 0.1. Singapore, beautiful country. Babakito told us in the 80s they had nothing. They've gone very far now. You would love to live in Singapore. Belgium 0.1. Sweden 0.1. I have people listening in Saudi Arabia. I have a few of my Yoruba people that call me all the time from there. They're suffering. A lot of suffering is going on there. Unbelievable. Their own slavery is another different slavery. 0.1. We have people listening in Brazil, not a lot number. Turkey, New Zealand, Greece, Switzerland, Togo, Hungary, Romania, Argentina, and Tajikistan. So these are places that people have been watching Koiki Media in the last 28 days. And when we talk about cities, again, Lagos, in the Lagos state, you're watching me back to back. So Lagos state, in the last 28 days, 21,000 people were listening to me in Lagos state, 21,000. The next country city is London, 11,000. I went to London to Benetton. New York, about 1,197. Ibadan, 1,168. Abuja, I told you, the DSS are on me. They're watching all the time. Abuja, I have 857 people watching me in Abuja in their little home. They switch it on. They don't want me to know. The governors that sent people to come and watch me, the senators, the ministers, they're all in Abuja. They're watching Koiki Media because they know I'm the spokesperson for Igbowo. So they need to catch up what is going on. How soon we're going to bring down Nigeria. Port Harcourt, 825 people watch me in the last 28 days. Houston, 267. Moscow, 191. Toronto, 158. Chicago, 134. Baltimore, 113. Uzbekistan, Samarkand, 107. Dublin, 78. Birmingham in Midland, 76. Accra, Ghana, 66. Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire, 56. Cotonou, I guess when Chief was there, people were watching, but they're still watching even though Chief have left. 48. I think Babakito will be watching me one of a few times. Paris, 46. St. Petersburg in Russia, 44. These are in the last 28 days. Russia, 42. Manchester, I want to Kento's near Yoruba, 41. Kuala Lumpur, I have one of my brothers that lived there for a very long time. Many Nigerians there are doing very well, but most of them are doing drugs, sorry to say. 39. Sydney in Australia, 36. Again, Russia, there's so many cities in Russia that are watching me. I've now counted like 2. I think Euritics, 36. Brisbane, Australia. I have some of my mother. There's a very beautiful mother of mine that lives in Australia. They love me so much. Can't love them less. Kiev in Ukraine, where there's a war. Imagine people are watching me where there's a war, and you say, Koiki, all these way Yoruba, they move off from Abu Dhabi, 34 people. Russia, again, it looks like Putin is on meal. Yakat, Trigo, Russia again. Rotsvo-on-Don, Russia again. Milan, Italy, 2. Russia again. Novgorod, 31. Indianapolis, America, 31. Seoul, they're watching me all the way in Seoul, 29. Nairobi, 27. Russia again. Novorossiysk. It looks like Putin is on Koiki Media. Atlanta, Georgia, America, 26. Cape Town, South Africa, Baba Roleni, 25. Eulele, Bangalore, in K country Ulele. Minsk, Belarus, Lekki, our big boys, stay in your house. Thanks so much. Oh, me Lekki, multi blow ni fún mi lówó náà ẹ̀dá wà Lekki Davido àti Zazo nìkan lẹ́ fún lówó fáwọn náà lówó. Thank you so much in Lekki. Volgograd in Russia again, 23 people. Newark, America, that's New Jersey, right? 23. Samara, Russia again. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Russia? Hey, tell Russia, you got to reach out to me. What's going on there? Àbí àwọn contact and pull níbẹ̀ ni. Glasgow, àwọn tí máa ibú lọ́hùn nìyẹn. 20. Àwọn Mr. Daddy Steven. Philadelphia, 20. Again, Russia, Karasyoska. Dallas, àwọn ìyẹn. Àwọn tó wà Dallas. Again, Russia, Kazan. Chalabron, Rome. Wò mí ní Ìlọrin o. Record yóò jáde o. Ló ṣẹlẹ̀. Àbí kò fẹ́ fún mi ní information yìí ni. Now let's look at the age of àwọn tó ń wo Koiki Media. Wow. Between 18 to 24, they're not watching me. and I go cry. They believe in Nigeria. Only 2.7% of the youth in Nigeria are interested. 18 to 24 years, only 2.7%. Unbelievable. You can see why we need a lot of more awareness. This is what keeps our own platform alive. We monitor these and we see where we can push the narratives. Let's go to the next number. Between 25 to 34 years old, 11.8% of people are watching Koiki Media. I don't have anybody from 13 to 17 years, but we have from 18 to 24, which is just 2.7. 25 to 34 years old, 11.8. 35 to 44 years old, 22.4% of you. Very good number. Thank you so much. Those ones are already grabbed with the information. So we need to work on 18 to 24. What do we need to do? We need to penetrate into the schools and the universities. That is where they are. They are too busy with Zazu and Shekpeteri and all these what is going on in Nigeria. They are not focused on self-determination and their future. So you can see why 2024 has to be a game changer for Koiki Media. 18 to 24 are probably busy, desperate for money. They're not going to find the money. Instead of them to let us pull the string and pull it down. 18 to 24. Then 45 to 54, 23.1%. So between 35 to 44 is just 1%. So far, the highest number, I still have 2 more to go, 55 to 64 and 65 plus, in grammar at the holding, I want you to understand Boshin law. So between 45 to 54 years old, I have 23.1%. These are the highest number of people watching Koiki Media on YouTube. I don't know the record for the Facebook, but I'll check that some other time. So when we go back again to 55 years old to 64 years old, these are the people born between the independent. So they've grabbed the knowledge. They now understand that it is a false narrative. But it's a good thing. I'm going to talk about this more. I'll elaborate this tomorrow because those that are born in and about 24 years, will have been here. Can somebody quickly give me the year? If somebody is 24 years old, what year would that be? What year were they born? Mass. For that mass. It only 2999. I should mistaken you. 299K. 1999. Okay. Wow. And these are the people that should be listening to the program. Unbelievable. These are the same people that wants to survive in Nigeria with the fake 1999 constitution. So we have a lot of work to do in the new year. Because not that they're going to vote anyway. They're not going to be voting, but they are not interested in the Yoruba Nation campaign. There's a lot of work that still needs to be done to get them up. So what do we do? This, again, will be more topic that we have to talk about. This is where we need to penetrate into the universities, the secondary schools, the tertiary institutions. How do we penetrate them and let the message drive in there? All these, their own, they are doing activism for union and whatever. It's not going to work. They should be putting their effort towards the dissolution of Nigeria because they are still trying to fix Nigeria. But those that are 55 to 64 years old understand the game. Those that are 45 to 54 years old realize that Nigeria is a lie. I am in that same bracket, 45. No, I'm not even up to that bracket. I'm between 35 to 45 to 44. So I am in between 35 to 44. So we are 22.4%. But the 18 to 24, it's only 2.7% that are listening to me. They want to go and listen to Emanuela that is making so much money on YouTube. They want to go and listen to the video. There's nothing wrong in that. But in reality, these are the people that will suffer more in Nigeria. because Afentoba escape. If you're still in Nigeria and in that age bracket, I'm sorry, you will suffer a lot. The last one is 65 plus, 18.5. Those ones have given up on Nigeria as well. Even though we still have some of them, maybe because they don't have access to social media. Can we say that, why do we have less people between 18 to 24? Are they not on the social media? Maybe they are not. Maybe we're just phantoming that they're on social media and they are not. Can we say that they are not on the social media? People that are between 18 to 24 years old, maybe they don't have smartphone. That's why they cannot watch Koiki Media. So what do I need to do? Maybe I should start giving them free memory stick of Koiki Media program in the new year. We can do it. We flood every part of Nigeria in the southwest with that. Within 1 year, that number, I want us to take note of these. I'll do a crop of these and I'll send it to my email, and I'd love to review these 30th December 2024. Inshallah, God willing, God spares our life. It'll be good to review these because these now indicate that there is a danger. They are still being fed by their parents. Okay. So it's a challenge for us, for every single one of us. We must increase that number. That is how far I can go. I've given you some extra 15 minutes, and I pray that may Eledumare be with us. They are all on the social media, but they are busy with all these singers dancing and looking for fraudulent money. Okay. I hope they will find the fraudulent money, but I don't think so. They're not going to find it. They must join the movement. So that is how far we can go. I say good morning and very good morning to you all. My name is Olami Koike. I hope you've enjoyed the program. If you have done so, just do the needful, share it, invite somebody, and let us come back again. Moke grandma, Musharini Sini, Yawola Jumoke, Ajoke TJ, Ashigoni. This is a late night program. Continue the great work. Thank you so much. We will never give up. We are committed, and there's nothing that can stop me. Thank you so much, everyone. My name is Olami Koike. I'm going to end the Instagram because I want to play the anthem to catch up, and I only have that phone to use. Thank you so much, my Biafra brothers and sisters. I know you're there. You've stuck to your platform as usual. At least we have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Chibuzo, Simon, Achibe, Didon, and Rasta. They've all stayed all the way through. Nothing can stop the campaign. It is still a movement. It will collapse it. We must not stop. The politician thought we will stop after Tinubu became the president. They now realize that this one is serious matter. This one will be a Feni Ferry. This one a Babaketoye. Good night, everybody. Bye for now. So let me play the anthem. So I just end this one early so that I can play the anthem from here, and then we close the broadcast. Thank you so much to my beautiful mother and to all my family, both in UK and also back in the southwest, known as Yoruba land in Nigeria. My name has been Olami Koike, and as I leave you again tonight, I pray that Eledumare protect us and protect our land from the Fulani monster and those that have been affected one way or the other in Nigeria. I can only pray that something will heal it, and that is Yoruba nation, Biafra nation, Arewa nation, the total collapse of the zoo country called Nigeria. Good night. Good night, everybody. Good night. Good night. Good night. We'll be back again tomorrow.